homers since 2012. Not enough? Adam Jones robs Longoria of a home run. Not enough? He gets it back into the infield for a double play. For the Orioles, what a return to Camden Yards. And they do it again. It's the Orioles on Masson, and home they are. And did they ever enjoy it last night? Fans coming in for this one. It is a 4-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays and the Orioles. Can they possibly have as good an offense as they had in last night's game? Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. For the Orioles, they continue with that 6-game lead over the Yankees, who also won last night. Again, here at home, they'll try and put up numbers against Tampa Bay, and another tough pitcher, Cobb, on the mound for them. But for the Orioles, Wei-Yin Chen has been one of their bright stories, as have most of their starters this season. Wei-Yin Chen in his last outing got back on the victory mode with a W, throwing strikeouts with just about every kind of pitch you can imagine. He had the breaking ball that was down in the dirt. He used the fastball inside, outside, had the breaking ball up curved, the high fastball that Abreu couldn't get. When it was all said and done, Wei-Yin Chen dominated the game against the Chicago White Sox. That's what he's done most of this season. His number this year, better than the career numbers he has had. 24 starts, he is 13-4. You see the 3.76 ERA, better than his career 4.04 number from the last 2 years. His whip is down from 1.29 to 1.23, and that runner in scoring position, runners on, you take a look, it's gone. 5.58, 4.40, the number over the last 2 seasons. So Wei-Yin Chen has done just a magnificent job for this ball club as the Orioles starters continue to absolutely, I think, amaze most of baseball, Mike.
Yeah, they're all doing a great job, and I think Wei-Yin Chen, it's really an incredible story. 3rd year in the major leagues. Came over after 5 years playing in Japan, professional baseball there, had a lot of success, but had to get used to the routine of pitching on 4 days rest. Well, his rookie year, 12 wins. This season, he's already bettered that, and he's looking to build on that. With 13, looking for 14 tonight. He's shown great resiliency. He has incredible work ethic. He knows what to do on the mound. He's fearless pitching inside. He has a very effortless, repeatable delivery, with his fastball, and his off-speed pitches are getting much better. His slider, he's able to bury it down and into the righties, and his changeup is getting better as well.
And that makes for a complete pitcher, and that is exactly what the Orioles have in Wei-Yin Chen. And when we come back, we'll see him go to work against the Rays in Game 2 of this series. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com and by visitannapolis.org. Find it here. Take a look at our train game time temperature. Clear skies, a beautiful evening, and 82 degrees with that humidity down to 47%. Visit trainsearch.com to find your local train comfort specialist dealer. It's hard to stop a train, really hard. Near Camden Yards, starting lineup for the Rays. Jennings in this one. Zobrist, Forsythe, Longoria, Myers, and Escobar. Loney, Hannigan coming off the DL today will do the catching. And Rodriguez batting ninth. Ben Zobrist has been their hot bat this month.
And let's take a look at Wei-Yin Chen's pitch arsenal this season. He loves his fastball, uses it 66% of the time. That fastball velocity has consistently gotten better from year to year. This year right around 92, but has gotten up to 94, 95 at times. Breaking ball. He's got a slow curve, but he can bury the slider. He uses it 22% of the time, and the changeup 12%. And that's also a pitch that's gotten better for Chen. 24 starts this season, 143 innings pitched. Trying to get up to that 200 mark. Of course, his rookie season ended up pitching 192 innings. Opponents hitting 269. 282 for the lefties, 265 for the righties. Look at the righties at 18 home runs. Now Chen's given up 21 long balls. The righty's putting up that big number for 18. So he's got to be careful making mistakes to this Rays lineup. He doesn't want the long ball to hurt him, but he's only given up 15 solo home runs. So, he hasn't given up the home runs with men on base. He's looking to have another solid outing here.
His ranking among the Orioles starters, he's got the third best ERA among the 6 primary O's starters this year. He is second in innings pitched to Tillman. He has given up the most home runs of any Orioles starter, 6th in the American League, but he has also walked the fewest of any Orioles starter this season. Average against him 269, which is very good, is actually the highest average of any of the Orioles starters' opponent batting average. That tells you how good the Oriole numbers have been this season. So Chen will go to work against a ball club that he is 1-1 against this year and 3-4 against lifetime. And it will be Desmond Jennings in the leadoff spot, and Jennings will take the pitch down low for a ball, and we are underway. Jennings with the 240 and the 10 home runs. Not in the ball game last night. Zobrist was in the leadoff spot last night. He'll bat second in this game. And that pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Wei-Yin Chen, a good look at Pat Holborough, the home plate umpire. He's another one of the young umpires, so not really much to go on as to what that strike zone is going to look like, and to find out as the game goes along. Chopper towards the middle. Shift was on, and he put it where they weren't. So Jennings is on with a soft single to center field.
Just finding a hole through the Orioles shifted defense here. You see J.J. Hardy pulled over. Jonathan Scope playing up the middle, but just out of the reach of Wei-Yin Chen. 3 consecutive fastballs. Like always, really trying to establish the fastball early. Will certainly make his secondary pitches play up as the game goes on.
Tampa Bay has a 16-18 record against left-handed starters. They hit .257 against the left-handers, .247 against right-handers. And here is Ben Zobrist. Zobrist just had 2 at-bats, came out of the ball game last night. And he will foul that one away. Zobrist, a switch hitter at the plate for the Rays, and on the season, .350 right-handed, .252 left-handed. So the other side, he's had 7 home runs hitting left-handed and 2 from this side of the plate.
He's had some real good. You saw the career numbers against Wei-Yin Chen at .367 with a home run. So Chen's got to be careful in this situation.
Takes that one down the line in left field. That'll be a problem. Young going over will not be able to make the play. Good read on it by Jennings. He'll go to third. Throw cut off second man Scope, and it's a double. So the first 2 Rays are on here in the first inning with a double by Zobrist, moving Jennings over to third.
Well, both hitters beating the shifts here. The outfield kind of shifted over, and Zobrist, it's kind of a jam shot fly ball. But Delman Young pulled over into the gap. Ball finds some grass out there. Now Orioles in trouble. Runners at second and third.
So now an opportunity to get on the board. You have to know this Tampa Bay team taken aback by the 9-1 loss last night, with their staff surrendering 5 home runs. They'd like to undo that in a hurry here in this game. They were 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position last night, left 4 on base. Here is Logan Forsythe hitting third, and Forsythe will swing through that one. 3 for 8 with a home run lifetime off Wei-Yin Chen. Forsythe will test him here. Anything to get that run in. The Orioles will play for the double play with Jennings the lead runner and Zobrist on at second. Again, that modified shift in the infield, very deep at short and second, with Scope moved around the second baseman towards the bag. Here's the 0-1 pitch and a little roller runner not going. Davis will make sure. Now he's going to go. He gunned it. Pierce the play. Oh, got him! Another spectacular defensive play. It will bring out Joe Madden, but how about Davis? He saw the runner go out of the corner of his eye, so he gunned it to Pierce, who made a perfect throw to the plate.
Now the Orioles have come up with some huge double plays here in the last 2 nights. This one pretty special. From Chris Davis to Pierce, and then back home to Caleb Joseph to gun down Jennings. He's going to be checked under review. Madden looking in the dugout, but pretty special play here. A little chopper down. Chris Davis kind of eyes him back, then fires. That's about 100 miles an hour across the infield. Pierce recognizing it as well, right off the bag with a strong throw to Joseph.
Now Madden, of course, can challenge here. He can ask the crew chief to do it without using his own challenge if the question is positioning at the plate. If it's a question of the out call, then he's going to have to use his challenge. Madden lost the protest that he had lodged in the Toronto game, as Major League Baseball announced today. The call on the field was being upheld, and that Toronto had made their challenge in time. Looks like he is challenging here, and they're going to go to New York here in the first inning, and obviously it's a big play.
Well, it sure is. I mean, this could really change momentum from the onset. Great,
certainly not blocking the plate wrong.
Not at all. He is in a real good position. That's close. Question is, did Caleb Joseph's glove touch his hand just before it catches the plate? And he sweeps it back across. He's in a good position.
That may be one of those that has that middle ground decision of the call stands because there isn't enough to overrule it.
Right. There have been a lot of those.
If that's what they're challenging. We don't know which challenge is being made here, whether this is a positioning of the catcher. It's a crew chief review, so I guess that's a position of the catcher, and that certainly seems like an easy call.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb was in a great position. He was straddling the back part of home plate, and he wasn't blocking at all.
Tougher one would have been, did he get the tag on in time? I think, but that's apparently not the challenge. Our line to New York is not working. Yet another thing that Major League Baseball cannot have happen during the playoffs. This system has got to work in the postseason, or they're going to be in real trouble.
They sure do. They have to iron out some things for sure.
Long time here. Because the trouble is, if we can't tell you what the issue is if we can't hear New York.
And I think under a crew chief review, they look at the whole play.
They do look at the whole play.
So they can look at blocking the plate or the outer safe call.
Yep.
And they make a call.
And I would assume that's exactly why it's taking so long, because it's very close on the issue of whether or not he got the tag on in time.
So many times they look at these replays and they just say it's inconclusive, and the play will stand as the umpire's call. And in this case, it would obviously favor the Orioles with the double play call.
Well, here it is. He's out. Joe Madden will have it explained. and what they looked at. And you know, Major League Baseball is a little bit sensitive when it's Joe Madden in light of what just took place with the calls in Toronto. Boy, what a play. I mean, that's an enormous play to start the game. And credit Chris Davis and Steve Pearce. I mean, Davis saw what was happening as he got ready to throw to first, that the runner was going to go. So he made that great throw over to get Forsythe.
Well, there are many times that an infielder will just give a courtesy look and not really finish the play. Well, Davis recognized that and just fired it across, and Steve Pearce has the play right in front of him, so he was able to make the quick transfer as well.
So here is Evan Longoria. There are two down with a runner at third base now as Zobrist moves up on that what ends up being a double play. Mercy. The Orioles just pick up right where they left off. I mean, that double play last night on the catch by Jones and the play at second was spectacular. That is almost equally as good in terms of what you had to do in order to get it done. And a swing and a miss. Longoria with an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. And again, Longoria is the designated hitter. And Wei Chen gets a tremendous assist here in the first inning from his defense. Now with two down and a runner on at third base. Infield will play him to pull, but not all the way around. Foul back. And we understand that the question was whether or not Joseph had blocked the plate improperly. And that's what they were looking at. And the decision was no. But like you said, Mike, I've heard that when they do the crew chief review, they look at the whole play.
Look at everything.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Longoria. Delivery by Chen. A ground ball the other way. Oh, my. That's what you got to do. If you're an Evan Longoria and the shift is on against you where you normally hit it, he just pushed it the other way and gets an RBI. Zobrist scores, and it's 1-0 Rays.
Well, Evan Longoria, even though his numbers aren't like they have been in his typical years, his runners with scoring position numbers are incredible, hitting over 300. That's why his RBI totals are up so high, and here he just takes what's given to him. A pretty good changeup down and away, just hits against the shift, picks up the first run for the Rays.
So Longoria gets RBI number 73 on the season, their leader in runs batted in. And here is Will Myers. Myers 1 for 4 in the ball game last night. 4-game hit streak for Myers, playing in right field, and the full count on that one. Foul back.
Well, let's take a look at the Orioles defense, brought to you by Chevrolet. Delman Young gets another start in left field. Jones and Markakis will join him. Hardy and Scope up the middle. Davis and Pierce part of that tremendous double play on the corners, and Joseph behind the plate.
Longoria held by Pierce, not likely to go anywhere over there at first base. Hard to remember back that far, but last night Tampa Bay actually had the lead. They got the first run of the ball game. It was the only run they were going to get, and they had a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the third when the Orioles put together the back-to-back home runs, got 3 runs on 4 hits, and then never looked back.
Yeah, that was one of those great moments for Chris Tillman, really kind of minimizing the damage. They had runners at first and second in scoring position, and then he was able to roll that double play up and only give up the 1 run.
Yep.
It really helped his cause.
0-2 count here with 2 down. Myers 1 for 7, lifetime off Wei Chen. And the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. Myers overall against lefties is hitting only 182. 240 off right-handers. He's had 6 home runs, only 1 against the left-hander. And as we showed you, Wei Chen, actually his numbers are better against the right-handers than the left-handers, average-wise, not home run-wise. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way, and that'll be taken to right field. I think Markakis will put it away. And while Tampa Bay will get a run, it looked for a while like it would be a lot more than that, but the Davis-Pierce double play combination got it done. Chen works his way out of what could have been a bigger jam. Take a look at the Orioles lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Their fares online only at southwest.com. Markakis, Pearson, Jones, Cruz, Young, and Hardy, Davis, Joseph, and Jonathan Scope. Over the last 6 for Adam, a .391 average.
And let's take a look at Alex Cobb's pitch arsenal this season. He'll use that fastball 42% of the time. Throw it 90 to 93 miles an hour. Breaking ball, he'll flip over the curve 30% of the time. He likes to start hitters out, a little get me over breaking ball. But the changeup is his pitch. 28% of the time it is a split finger variety changeup, and he is very comfortable throwing it. 20 starts this season. Spent some time on the disabled list. Manager Joe Madden kind of took his time with him as far as extending him. Well, he's letting him go right now. He is on fire, holding opponents to a .232 batting average. Lefties at .207 and the righties at .254. He has won 7 consecutive decisions during his 10-start stretch. He has been pitching very well.
And here is Nick Markakis to lead it off against him. And the pitch is in there for a strike. For Nick, the 1 for 5, a home run, 2 RBIs last night, now up to 12 homers and 44 runs batted in for the Orioles. He is 4 for 13 lifetime off Cobb. Cobb with the 0-1 delivery. And it'll be taken inside. That stretch that Cobb is in, the 10 games where he's gone with 7 wins, started with the Orioles back on June 29. He gave up 4 runs, 8 hits, and 5 innings and got the win in that game. And that was the first of the 10 that he's gone through without a loss. Markakis right into the hole. Evan Longoria, I can do that. He did the same thing Longoria did, hitting against the shift.
Well, that's really the only way you can hit this split finger. It's down and away, and he stays on it and beats the shift. That's how you do it for Nick Markakis. And here's a look at the Rays defense that Markakis just beat there through the holes. Zobrist, Jennings, and Myers in the outfield. Escobar and Forsythe up the middle. Rodriguez and Loney on the corners. And Hannigan, fresh off the disabled list, making the start behind the plate.
And Mike, again, in that situation, we've talked about it all year. They had Sean Rodriguez, the third baseman, playing in. Why?
Right.
Why?
I know. Nick
Markakis does not bunt. Yet every team, I don't know, somebody must have a virus going in the scouting reports on Nick Markakis.
I think it's just being in the leadoff spot. We're just thinking, I don't know.
I don't either.
Really
I
don't understand that.
It's amazing.
It's to his advantage for sure.
They play in at third. That ball goes through. It might have gone through anyway, but certainly the third baseman would have a better shot if he'd been away. Ball gets away. That'll be a wild pitch, and down to second goes Markakis.
A nice read right there by Nick Markakis. Really doesn't hesitate. A breaking ball as it breaks down and away, kicks off. Markakis recognizes that in uncontested to second base, getting himself in a scoring position.
So the Orioles right away get a chance to get that run back. Orioles last night 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They left 7. Orioles are tied for third as a team in that category now, hitting .270. Pierce with the 8-game hit streak, red hot. 2 for 6 in his career off Cobb. Pierce continues to be one of the major surprises around baseball with all that he has done for the Orioles. And that one went off his bat. Don't even know how it hit the bat, but it did.
Steve Pierce tying a career high 8-game hit streak. He has been on fire. 343, 4 home runs, and 5 RBI for Steve Pierce. Well, basically been doing it all season long, and he's enjoyed some success off Tampa Bay as well, hitting .370 this season against the Rays.
1 ball, 2 strike count with that runner on at second base. Cobb's delivery, and that'll be fought off as he pulled that one around.
Take a look at the Jeep inside the numbers here. Highest OPS in the number 2 spot, Yasiel Puig from the Dodgers at .952, but there's Steve Pierce, .940 on base plus slugging. Now he has a .579 slugging percentage. That's the best in Major League Baseball. So he is not only getting on base at a high rate, 360%, he is hammering the baseball as well in this position.
RBI chance for him. Markakis short lead off second, and the pitch will be taken outside like a slider, and a 2 ball 2 strike count from Cobb. So he's got a battle here. Bear in mind, he has given up 2 or fewer runs 8 consecutive starts for Alex Cobb. Coming off that Detroit win, no runs on 2 hits in 7 innings in that ball game. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Delivery, and that'll be hit to short. It'll hold the runner. Escobar will make the play. They get the out on Pierce, and there's the first out of the inning. Markakis nowhere to go on that one. 1 down, and Adam Jones getting a big hand from the folks. That defensive play that's been replayed a million times today, and justifiably so.
Something special for sure. Every night Adam Jones brings his game to the table. I mean, that's why they're not only applauding the fact that he made that super play, but that every night they see something special from him.
Adam coming up with a 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. Got taken out later in the ball game. A chance to rest when the Orioles had the big lead. 24 home runs and 78 RBIs on the season for Adam Jones. He's got 4 hits, 19 at bats against Alex Cobb. 1 down. Markakis off second base. Right-hander's delivery, and that'll be taken down low for a ball.
Yeah, we're going to see Cobb do this throughout the night. He'll start hitters off with the breaking ball, try to just get ahead with an off-speed pitch, possibly a change, because he has great command of all of his pitches, but then he'll start to work the edges of the plate. He has great command and is comfortable throwing any one of his pitches at any time throughout the count.
1-0, pronounced ground ball pitcher. Pitch will be taken inside. Over his career, his ratio of ground balls to fly balls is 2.37. That is the 3rd highest among active pitchers. Jim Hickey is pitching coach. I've seen him line up a lot of double plays and get a lot of ground ball outs. See whether or not that stands true here in this game. 2-0 count. Holding the runner, Forsythe, second baseman, trying to keep Markakis somewhat close, giving Jones room on the right side. 2-0 delivery on the way, and Adam will take the pitch, and it'll be a strike on the inside corner, just turned away, and the count goes to 2-1.
Well, I think Cobb learned from what Odorizzi did last night. Odorizzi fell behind a couple times and pumped a fastball in there. The Orioles really made him pay. Take a look at the Nissan pitch track, missing with the first 2. That 3rd pitch, though, a breaking ball, so just a little bit to offset the timing there, and a good hitter's count.
2-1. Jones will take it down low. Hannigan makes the nice stop on it, and the count will go to 3-1. You do have to be aware with Cobb pitching on the base pass, because he has 6 wild pitches and 8 hit batters. So when you're out there as Nick is, you may get a chance to move up on any given pitch. 3-ball, 1-strike count on Jones.
And there are so many times, especially when he's ahead, he likes to bounce his split finger or that breaking ball. That's where those wild pitches come from.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. Jones jammed and will foul it off. So the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Adam. For Jones this season, here in his home ballpark, he's got a .305 batting average at Camden Yards, about 30 points higher than his average on the road. He's divided the homers evenly, 12 here and 12 on the road. 3-ball, 2-strike count, 1 away. Orioles down 1-0 early. Cruz waiting on deck. 3-2. Jones will go down, foul tipped into the mitt, and Cobb gets his first strikeout.
Taking advantage of his fastball, 93 miles an hour, the firmest one he's thrown here in the early part of the ball game, right at the top of the zone. So a couple off-speed pitches down at the bottom and rushes the top of the zone, and Adam just can't quite get on top of that one.
Orioles designated hitter tonight will be Nelson Cruz with a 1 for 5 last night. Nelson continues to be among the leaders when he is a DH. He is 4th in both home runs and RBIs as a designated hitter. And a chopper that'll go to short. Escobar's throw will be over there in time, and that will do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Game 2, and after an inning, Rays have the 1-0 lead. By Lowe's.
Yeah, take a look at this. I mean, at home since June 30th, 16-5 record. That's first in the major leagues. 5 runs per game is third. Home runs, 37 home runs in 21 games. That's second in the major leagues. Pitching has been outstanding. .266 earned run average. Look at that run differential, .4 or plus 43. That's tied for first. It's been quite a turnaround actually too, because their first 40 games they were 19-21. And they just caught fire. I mean, a lot of things have been working here at their home park. Obviously, the pitching has been incredible. The offense has been there. They've outscored their opponents 105-62 in those 21 games. So playing very well, and they needed to turn that around.
The Orioles now they've cut into the runs at home, runs on the road differential by about a half a run a game. That's a lot at this point in the season. Pitch will be lined to second and caught. Positioning Escobar on the button. Jonathan Scope right where he needed to be.
Good first step there from Jonathan Scope. Escobar showing some frustration there. You hit a ball hard, square it up. There it is. Just a reaction play out in the middle of the infield to take a base hit away. Jonathan Scope started the game off yesterday with a beautiful play ranging up the middle. Here a nice snare of a line drive.
Bobby Dickerson is smiling. He's the one who moves him around. He loves it when that happens because that means the positioning is perfect. That's what he's got right there in the book on every one of the hitters. One down. Here's Loney. Loney an 0 for 4 in the ballgame last night. Talking about the Oriole runs here at home. They are averaging 4.6 runs on the road. It used to be about a run differential. Better on the road than at home. It's now down to 3.93 at home, 4.6 on the road. So they've cut into that 1 run difference by half a run. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that will be taken down low. Certainly didn't hurt to have 9 runs on 14 hits last night. Loney with the 7 home runs and 60 RBIs against the left-handers. .255, 1 home run. Much better against the right-handers, .295 and 6 homers off the righties. That's why he's down in the lineup against the left-hander. Hannigan waiting on deck as they get their starting catcher back. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be off the end and foul.
A good fastball there. Chen's starting to mix it up a little bit. The slow breaking ball, the pitch before, and then tries to rush that fastball on the outside corner. You see the pitch track, great location, nothing on the heart of the plate. Breaking ball down at the bottom of the zone, a couple pitches right on the outer edge.
Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and again that one will be fought off. Against Tampa Bay this year for Chen, first outing April, 1 run, 5 hits, 6 and a 31. June against Tampa Bay, 3 runs, 6 hits, 6 2/3. He was non-decision. Late June, took a loss, 3 1/3. He gave up 5 runs, 7 hits. That's the last time he faced Tampa Bay, and it is the shortest start of his career that came in that outing against Tampa Bay. Dave Wallace, the Orioles pitching coach, who will never get enough credit this year, along with Dom Chidi, for the work they have done. That ball is pulled. Markakis will go over to get it. Loney will make a turn and stay at first base, so he will pick up the single with 1 away. Now the first place Orioles hunting for the postseason. Now's the time to back the Birds. Make your deposit on 15 full or partial season plans, including the 13 game plan, and you'll be guaranteed the opportunity to buy postseason tickets for this season before the general public. For details, go to Orioles.com/postseason. Showalter's Ball Club, 74-55 coming in, leading the Yankees by 6 games. Yankees getting a victory in their ball game last night, playing a makeup game. Chen's delivery, and that'll be fouled off. So here is Hannigan, and they are so happy that they get their starting catcher back. It was an oblique problem that kept him out. Reinstated. They optioned Kurt Casale back to Durham. Hannigan missed 38 games. He comes back, not having a hit in his last 15 at bats. I'd like to get that taken care of right away. Chen with the 0-1 delivery to him, and that's going to be inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pretty good fastball there. And really what Wei-Yin Chen is known for is his ability to pitch inside. Really fearless in there to righties. He'll rush it in off the plate, but come right back in there, double, sometimes even triple up with the fastball in there to get it on the edge.
I would think coming back from the DL this long, Mike, one of the problems would be trying to redefine the strike zone to where you had it before.
Oh yeah,
is that fair?
It's tough. It sure is. I mean, to that coupled with just the rhythm and timing. We talked about that a little bit with Myers. Got off to a slow start coming back from the DL, and so much of it is just the pace of the game at the major league level. Even though you get your repetitions on your rehab assignment, it's just a different mindset here. Pitchers are much better. They work you differently in and out and change speeds so well, and the timing is off, and it takes a little while to get that back on track.
Against Chen, and again 1 for 7, a home run. 1-2 delivery on the way. He'll go after that and bloop it to second base. Scope going back and can't get it. They got to force it second. Hardy's there and they get the out. So they held Loney up halfway. He didn't know if it was going to be caught or not, and ends up being forced out.
That's a great play right there from Jonathan Scope. I mean, just kind of shows his maturity. Sure, he misses it, misses the fly ball. It's a tough chance, but he knows he's got an opportunity. Snares that ball. Quick throw right to J.J. Hardy. It's Loney by about 20 feet. Nice defensive play once again by Scope.
We'll say again, as we will for his career, that arm always comes into play. He is so strong. He can make a play like that when he's going towards the outfield. His body motion. Here's Sean Rodriguez, runner at first base now, and there are 2 down. Rodriguez 1 for 3 in the ball game last night. He's had a 3 for 19 lifetime off Chen, and one of those 3 hits a home run. A lot of homers in this lineup against Chen. Forsythe, Escobar, Hannigan, Rodriguez, they've all had a home run off Wei-Yin Chen. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off.
A lot of times, I mean, we talked about Wei-Yin Chen, his ability to pitch inside, and his slider has gotten much better. We've seen him be more effective burying it down and in, especially when he gets ahead. But there are times that the slider hangs up in the zone and doesn't have that crisp finish, or his fastball stays on the plate just a little bit too long, and that's when he gets hurt. But typically, it's in a situation when there aren't runners on base.
Runner on first here is Loney. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be a base hit. Markakis going after it. Hannigan, rather, the base runner, and he'll stop at second base. Did not want to challenge the arm of Markakis. So a base hit for Rodriguez. He goes the other way. 2 singles in the inning. That's the 5th hit in the ball game for the Rays.
Well, we've seen some pretty good approaches on both sides. Staying on a pretty good fastball down and away there, going the other opposite field with 2 strikes.
So Chen again will work with runners on. First 2 got on first inning. An outstanding defensive play that turned 2 helped him there. Here he's got 2 down. Will face Jennings, however, who delivered a single against him first time up. 1 for 2 in the ball game already for the Rays with runners in scoring position tonight. Davis even with a bag at third. Jennings will take the pitch, and it'll be up high for a ball. Jennings hitting .245 with runners in scoring position. Back into the leadoff spot with his .261 average against left-handers. About 20 points better than against righties. Good secondary lead for Hannigan at second base. Scope stays away from the bag, and the pitch on the inside corner for a strike.
Well located slider right there. In right on the inner edge. Mix up pitches. It's good. Caleb Joseph and Wei-Yin Chen have worked pretty well. And I think Caleb Joseph has been a very quick study with the starting pitchers and the bullpen as what their strengths are, really how to work the pitchers throughout a ball game.
Good pitch of the knees, moved away from him on that one, and the count is 1-2. Chen with that 3-4 lifetime record against Tampa Bay has a good ERA of 3.54 against them in his career. Good number. Rays have hit him at a .263 clip, which is just about what his average is each year. 1-2 delivery. Thought about it. Just misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A good try. Good velocity as well. 93 miles an hour down and away. See a couple pitches there. One left right in the middle of the plate, but mixing them up. A couple sliders and the fastball velocity getting up here.
2-2 delivery on the way. Ground ball up the middle. Scope needs to stop it. He did not. Jones is going to come up throwing. Coming to the plate. Hannigan. Here's the throw. Joseph there. And he got him. Oh, mercy. The D just keeps on coming. The third important defensive play we have had in the first 2 innings of this ball game, as Adam Jones, for the second consecutive night, will get a runner, this time at the plate, and no question about it. Joseph got it, tagged, and that will end the inning. Couple of hits, 2 left, and no runs in. Helmick from Glen Burnie's won $500 for being selected. You get $500 more for every Orioles home run hit. Play the Orioles scratch off for the Maryland Lottery. Your chance to be a contestant of the game. You could win a trip for 2 for the World Series. You can find out how at mdlottery.com/Orioles. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordigan, the defensive plays, double play in that first inning on the 5-3-2. Getting the out at the plate, limiting what could have been a big inning. Force play Jonathan Scope made on a ball that plunked over his head in right field, threw back to get a force out at second, and then Hannigan gets thrown out trying to score by Adam Jones.
Yeah, that was quite a play by Adam Jones. I mean, I think what he did so well on that play was close the distance on that ground ball up the middle. He really got to it fast.
7th assist for Jones this season. Here is Delman Young. Young with a 6-game hit streak now, getting another start in left field. Big night last night. Home run, 3 RBI shot, 3 for 3 and a walk, and a swing and a miss.
Delman Young showing an 8-game hitting streak against the Rays here, a 6-game hit streak. 360 average, home run and 4 RBIs, but he's had his success on the team that originally drafted him back in 2003. His first-round pick with the Rays, and
this year he's gone 7 for 11 against the Rays, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs.
Great numbers.
It was funny last night after the ball game. Delman's been known for swinging hard, swinging often, and swinging early. He knew exactly how many pitches he'd seen last night when we were talking with him after the game. 31 pitches. My guess is in his entire career he may never have seen more pitches in a ball game than last night.
I can't believe it.
And the fact he knew it post game immediately was kind of funny. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Young. And a swing and a miss, and that's a nasty strikeout pitch.
It really is. I mean, Cobb can change his velocity on a split finger. He can get really aggressive when he gets ahead. Here, 87 miles an hour at the bottom of the zone. Delman Young out in front. And there's a lot of ways to break a hitter's rhythm and timing. Really, that's the goal of all pitchers. Not only does he have a quality arsenal with that split finger, breaking ball, and fastball, but his delivery. He has a pretty interesting presentation out there.
Be hard to find anybody else who had anything quite like this. It kind of has pieces to it.
Yeah, it does. Now he starts off, he has a little hesitation on his initial turn, and then a pause at the top of his delivery there, the high leg kick. So it's tough. And hitters have to get used to that. They have to really time that up, so when they're in the on-deck circle or in the dugout, they practice that, getting the rhythm and timing off that delivery.
Hardy is 5 for 15 lifetime off Cobb. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That'll be fouled off outside of third base. JJ hot in the month.
Oh, he has been hot. What a month. 333 batting average, 4 home runs, and 12 RBI. And let's not forget, in the middle of the month, he missed 4 games with a sprained wrist. So sometimes that can really offset your timing up there. But he made a couple adjustments with the sprained thumb. See, his hands are a little bit higher now. The bat kind of tilted forward a little bit. Says it feels great, and he's really squaring up the baseball well. Of course, a home run in last night's ball game.
4 home runs for him now in the month of August to go along with that 333 average. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Jim Presley on the right. Steve Pearce talking with him. You can bet it's about hitting. Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and that one he's out in front of again, put into the seats. And the count will stay at 2-2.
So much of the talk you see with Presley and Steve Pearce and so many other hitters, it isn't mechanical. It's about the pitches, what the pitcher is throwing, what he's trying to do in certain situations, in counts. You know, we're seeing a lot of off-speed pitches early in a count. We'll be talking about ambushing a breaking ball first pitch next at bat.
2-2 delivery on the way. Hardy will go the other way, and he's going to get a foul ball. Missed it by just that much going down the line, and the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that was JJ trying to take what was given to him.
Yeah, he has really done a good job of that this year, going to right field, especially when he's behind in the count. And that was a pretty good fastball, possibly just off the outside corner, and he stayed on and almost picked up extra bases there.
Hardy back in with a count at 2-2. Cobb will get the foul ball, hitting over the top of that one, and will hold the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cobb here in this ballpark against the Orioles with a 4-1 record overall in 6 career starts. He is 2-0 here at Camden Yards in 3 starts. ERA of 3.45 in this ballpark. 2-ball, 2-strike count. 1 down, nobody on. And Hardy will take the pitch outside. Great eye works him, and the count goes to 3-2. Cobb does not walk many, boys. In this streak he's on with the 7 wins over 10 games, 15 walks.
Oh yeah, well, he has great command, that's for sure. You see the pitch track. It's working the perimeter. He left that one pitch up in the zone, but we go in and the bottom of the zone, a couple pitches away.
Just as we said. A 1-out walk surrendered, and Hardy earned that one. Tomorrow, one of the most popular Oriole Park fan chants comes to T-shirt form, as the 7:05 game against the Rays will feature the Darren Deo 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 Day T-shirt. And for fans at the ballpark, your chance to add to your collection of your Birdland wardrobe. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. There's Darren. Continues to be one of the best among the relievers in baseball. Here is Chris Davis. Home run last night, 1 for 3. The home run and an RBI. Runner on first, shift on up high. We repeat what I'm sure many have heard all day long if you follow the Orioles. 5 homers last night, back to back to back and back to back. First time that's happened in club history in one ball game. The last time the Orioles had back to back home runs twice in the same game, 2008. Pitch will be inside. It's Kevin Millar, Ramon Hernandez, Luke Scott, and Kevin Millar did that in 08. They had back to back in the same games, but never the 3 home runs plus another 2 back to back in Orioles history.
And that was a pretty impressive show last night. Orioles offense, after it had been quiet for a few days in Chicago, really came to life last night.
How about this? Cobb goes 3-0, and those weren't close after walking Hardy. 1 down. Davis. Just watching those go by, Chris had nothing to swing at on those first 3 pitches. Chris has had a couple of home runs against the Rays this season, hitting only 133, but 7 RBIs against him. 4 straight. Like all of a sudden the strike zone disappeared, and that will send Hannigan out to have a talk with him. Cobb clearly upset, and Hickey, the pitching coach, is going to come out as well.
Try to get him back in the zone. Now he stumbled a little bit in the at bat against J.J. Hardy, and eventually ended up walking him, and that just might have kind of thrown his rhythm off. We talked about his delivery, and there was a lot going on there. Now, if there is one little flaw in the mechanics, it can potentially, set off, his control. Well, he's had great control throughout the year, so I doubt that's what it is. But I think Hickey just kind of giving him a breather, reminding him about getting back in the zone, possibly something mechanically there, maybe finish out in front. Continued conversation with Hannigan, just making sure they're on the same page now. Runners in scoring position, and Caleb Joseph coming to the plate.
We invite you to text Masson's word of the day, pinch, to 29292 for your chance to win a signed Chris Davis bat. Stay tuned all week long for more chances to win. Runners on at first and second, 1 out. Orioles already are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Caleb Joseph up, 1 down, 2 on. Shift on. They've employed it against him all the way around. Forsythe, the second baseman, is on the shortstop side of the bag. One of the first times we've seen a club do this completely against Caleb Joseph.
Right. I mean, Tampa kind of became the team that put the shift on the map. I mean, they were the first team to really be aggressive with it. But here, Caleb Joseph in his first year in the major leagues, and you're seeing a full shift to the other side. So pretty aggressive on the young player.
Another one, same place. Caleb, 158 with runners in scoring position. Orioles down by a score of 1-0. His 5 home runs, all coming in a flurry in consecutive ball games here this month. He's been up there as the leader most of the month in home runs. Chris Davis now has 5. Cruz has 5. This month, those are the 3 leaders. 0-2 count. Cobb's delivery to him inside out the other way. It'll stay at 2 strikes.
Good pass right there. An 0-2 pitch. Cobb didn't get it quite down enough. Caleb Joseph, certainly a dangerous hitter. Saw his numbers have been on the climb, that average climbing up, and feeling more comfortable in the batter's box. I think every at bat getting better, feeling better about his swing, and it has been much more consistent here the last month.
Hardy and Davis are the runners. Here's the 0-2 again, down to third. What a catch. Got to play it first. Oh, and he throws it away. Rodriguez trying to get the double play, buried it. Fortunately for him, it is retrievable by Loney. The runners will move up. There are 2 down.
Rodriguez made a low throw that Loney dug out of the dirt for him in last night's ball game, but here it was just a timing issue. Chris Davis ended up getting off the bag on the line drive, and Loney was off there as well. So a little bit of a hesitation, almost had to time the throw, much like hitting a receiver on the run, and just didn't quite get it there.
Well, that's got a chance to be a big play. Instead of 2 down runners on at first and second, you've got 2 in scoring position with 2 away for Jonathan Scope. Scope 0 for 5 lifetime against Cobb. At 241 with runners in scoring position. Scope's done a good job for the Orioles this year in these chances. And boy, this is a big at bat for him. And the pitch is going to miss inside. Base hit here, and the Orioles get a couple of runs. 1-0 count to Scope, who had the 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. Cobb out of the set. 1-0 delivery to him. Chopped it foul. And there you see the effect of those pitches that go down when you've seen Oriole players foul them right into the ground, right at the plate.
Yeah, pretty good breaking ball there. See Jonathan Scope with runners on. Much better average. 247, 5 home runs, 29 RBI. The base is empty, though, down to 196. He does have the 7 homers. All solo shots.
1-0 lead for the Rays. 1 ball, 1 strike delivered to Scope. Not quite sure what that was. That was the Sunday Times foul ball right there. It's got a boom.
Well, the split finger kind of running in on the hands of Jonathan Scope and hit it right off the knuckles. Got some late movement on that pitch.
Cobb averages about a strikeout per inning pitched. Gives up fewer hits than innings pitched. And as we said, not many walks.
You see the Nissan pitch track. They're trying to get in on Jonathan Scope early in the count. At the advantage. See what they try to do now.
1-2 delivery. Went outside. Tried to set him up for that, but couldn't get it on the corner. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count on Jonathan Scope.
This inning, some struggles. That pitch count getting up, 26 pitches, and it's 50% balls and strikes.
2-2 delivery to Scope. Did he go? Nope. Scott Berry down at first base. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a nice job holding up there. Pretty good split finger at the bottom of the zone. All the hitters have to be aware of that pitch. And now, as a hitter with runners at second and third, you have an open base. You start thinking, is he going to go with that split finger and try to get me to chase? A couple different thoughts. Jonathan Scope has to stay up in the zone.
And on the third 3-2 of the ball game, he will get the strikeout. So he has 3 Ks. The Orioles will get no runs, no hits, leave 2 in scoring position. Is going to the third inning. Take a look at our Major League Notebook tonight as we open to the East Wins page. The Yankees continue to battle. They are 6 behind the Orioles in second place. They've won 5 straight, 7 of the last 9. 20 runs, 5 home runs in the last 3 games. Toronto Blue Jay, their starters struggling. 4 or more runs allowed in 8 of the last 12 games by the Jays. The American League wild card race now, the Yankees are 2.5 games back. The Blue Jays are 5.5 behind in the wild card race. For a lot of teams, including this Tampa Bay team, the hope is in the wild card race, but there's some separation taking place now with the Angels and Oakland again tied for first in that race in the West. One of those teams will be a wild card team, and then you've got Seattle and Detroit with New York behind in that wild card race by 8.5 for the second wild card spot. So starting to get a little separation. Here is Ben Zobrist. Zobrist a double scored in the first inning. RBI by Longoria. Chen's delivery to him will be taken for a strike. 6 hits have been put up against Chen. Only 3 have been left on base as the Orioles have been able to turn some big defensive plays, taking the outs on the base paths. Showed bunt. He'll take it away. And the count goes to 2-1.
Not a bad pitch right there, though. Down and away. Really what a lot of the Orioles starters have been doing so well, having that great fastball command. Able to throw it for a strike when they want.
2-1 delivery to him, and that will be foul back. So Zobrist. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zobrist, the big numbers off the left-handers. One of the reasons he's in that position in the lineup. He's 3rd in the league. 355 off lefties. Jones is 366 off left-handers. 2 and 3 off lefties respectively. And the pitch, that one is going to miss inside. So a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Talked about Wei and Chen's position among the other Orioles starters. He's been their most efficient. Ability to get out of these innings. 16 pitches per inning. Leads the club starters. Markakis. Almost where he was standing. We'll put that one away. Zobrist retired. On Thursday, the O's are going to host the Birdland Social, a special social media night at Oriole Park. Fans can purchase tickets to the exclusive pregame party. That'll be at the center field roof deck, including a Q&A session with Adam Jones. You'll receive a ticket to the game with the Rays still in town, and exclusive t-shirt, food and drinks, and fun surprises throughout the game. Seating is limited. So go to Orioles.com/Birdland Social today. Chen's pitch is taken by Forsythe. Forsythe grounded out his first time up. That was the play that ended up being a double play. Grounding out to third. And then the return by Pierce to the plate to get the out on Jennings, who was trying to score.
Well, it has been easy here, and Chen's had some struggles against the Rays this season. But I think he's really, building off what he's done throughout this season, and he has been on a roll. He's been able to pitch deep into ball games. Talk about his last 5 starts. 4 of his last 5 he's pitched 7 innings or more, and that efficiency. So he's always around the plate. He doesn't hurt himself with walks. He's aggressive in the zone with all of his pitches. Right now some early struggles, but he's been aided by the defense, so we look for him to settle into this ball game.
2-1, and he got him. Just ate him up with that pitch. Count goes to 2-2. Got him to go around on it. He wanted to hold up, but just couldn't do it.
Well, this is the effect of throwing the fastball inside. It's his hard slider, 86 miles an hour. Forsythe is gearing up for a fastball in. He says, I'm going to get this one, and I'm going to drive it out of the park. Good timing by Caleb Joseph and Chen. Mix in that slider, and you get the bad swing.
Count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here in his home yard this year, 6-2 with a 3.65 earned run average. He is 7-2 on the road. Career 16-10 here at Camden Yards. And that one will come in a little too far. So the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Both teams showing a willingness to take some pitches. Working these 3-2 counts against both pitchers. Forsythe waiting on it, and he'll foul it back.
Wei and Chen and Caleb Joseph really making sure they're getting that fastball in. And they are running it in off the plate. Isn't as fine as he's been, but take a look at the pitch track. All those misses are fastballs in there, trying to get that inside corner.
3-2 deliveries outside, and he walks him. So on the 8th pitch of the at bat, Forsythe will pick up a 1-out walk. First walk surrendered by Chen in the ball game, and that'll bring up the RBI man so far, Longoria. Longoria plunked one into right field first time up. Pick up the base hit, 5 for 19 now off Chen. Runner at first and 1 down. Orioles have held Longoria, just a .204 batting average coming in against the Orioles this year. Homer and now 5 RBIs. Towering fly ball. Jones, Young. Adam Jones calls for it. Runner will play it halfway and go back. 2 down.
Delman Young was kind of funny listening to him talk about Adam Jones's play he made robbing that home run. He said, I thought that ball was going to be way back in the bullpen. Next thing you know, Adam Jones jumps up like Spider-Man, takes it away. He's had a thrill out there in left field watching some of these defensive plays.
Adam will move over to right a little bit with Myers coming up. 2 down, runner at first base. Myers flied out his first time up. Goes after the first pitch. That'll be to Young. Delman's got it. And a game being dominated early, at least, by the pitchers, as the Orioles will leave one on, Rays will with a walk. Our Mazda do-ups, Markakis, Pierce, and Jones. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. And by Luna. For beautiful new carpet, hardwood, and laminate, call 877-241-LUNA. With Mike Bordick, I'm Gary Thorne. Beautiful night. Think he's a fan? When I grow up, I want to be Nick Markakis.
Why not? I mean, Nick Markakis, a great Oriole for a long time. He's having a fabulous season.
Nick's going to lead it off here with a base hit his first time up. He'll be followed by Pierce and Jones. Orioles 9-4 on the season against Tampa Bay. Cobb on the mound, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts so far. The series between these two teams historically now is dead even. Going back to 1998 when the Rays came into existence. Each team has won 145 games. Pitch will be grounded foul outside of first base.
Let's take a look at the Jeep inside the numbers here. Since the All-Star break, the lowest earned run average. Corey Kluber, of course, the Orioles just faced him, and he was pitching very well. 115 earned run average, but Alex Cobb right there on the list, a 1.16 earned run average. Right behind him, Kyle Hendricks. Didn't the Orioles just face him as well? So they've had some tough company to go up against, but they've been doing a really good job. They'll test it again tonight against Cobb.
Inside corner and a strike. Right now, Markakis leading the Orioles in hits by 1. Nick's got 153. Adam Jones got 152. They are also on the team tied now with 47 extra base multi-hit games rather, and 47 each ties them for 4th place in the American League. They have been that way throughout the year in the hits and multi-hit games.
Yeah, well, Nick Markakis has had a fabulous season, but this month, red hot, 311, 4 home runs, and 7 RBI. Now, I'll tell you how hot he was. He just got done with an 0 for 21 slump. He busted out last night with a home run, so his numbers have been incredible, aside from that little 5-game stretch.
And a swing and a pitch away, and that caught a bit of Hannigan. And the count stays at 2 strikes on Nick Markakis. Let's just say Cobb doesn't move a game along. Oh my gosh. Put the clock on him. 0-2 count.
Take a look at Nick Markakis' power zone. Well, certainly you make mistakes in the middle of the plate, outer third, but he has incredible plate coverage. He works the ball down in the zone, down and in, up and away.
0-2 delivery will be bounced, and we're getting lots of long at bats, long counts here from both pitchers in this game. Unfortunately, I saw a story today, I think it was on SB Nation. Somebody's doing a study on whether or not all this slow pacing garbage actually works for hitters and pitchers. And the early numbers, I guess, somebody tried to run some numbers, said it does. Pitchers who go slower win more games, better ERAs. Hitters who take more time are more likely to get hits. God forbid. Thing is, will anybody watch it? And a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Well, I think Tampa really kind of set the standard for that. Part of their philosophy is taking the time, regroup, see a couple deep breaths, make sure you have conviction on each pitch, and go through your game plan in your head and really make every pitch count.
2-2 delivery on the way. Thought it was 2-2. I guess it was 3-2. No, it was 2-2. Nick's got to come back.
Well, Nick's thinking, well, there's no way. I was up there way too long. How could I not be walked?
And that will bring Buck Showalter up. This is reviewable, by the way. The umpire's discretion. Manager can request but not challenge the count. So, Pat Oberg's home plate umpire. Other umpires are making their way in here. Checking on the count. The umpires can look at the replay on it, obviously. You can go back to the beginning of the at bat and figure out what the count was.
Yeah.
But it is not a challenge.
The last pitch. There's 3 balls on the pitch.
They are going to go. Oh man, we're going to go see if the count was wrong that the home plate umpire had. They will review this on a pitch by pitch in New York. Man, this game gotta go.
Yeah, just when you thought it couldn't get any slower.
It's the first one of these I've seen.
Yeah, me too. There may have been a question whether one was a ball or strike call.
Jeff Nelson is the crew chief. Questions, what was the count? Jeff's the third base umpire tonight. So they have to go back through the count through each pitch in New York. Count them.
So they got to watch every pitch, just like we do.
They do get the TiVo though.
Right.
Meanwhile, Cobb warms up. All right, here it is.
Let's take a look. That fastball was called a strike. Good idea of how they're trying to work Markakis.
Looked like 7 pitches.
Yeah, I think the question was that second strike on the inside corner. I don't know that Nick thought he called it a strike.
Look at Buck. He can't help but laugh. Buck has said all the right things about the replay system, and he's always positive about all that stuff. Counts 3-2. So credit the umpires. Pat Hoberg at home. His clicker was right. Just a question, as Mike said, of somebody misinterpreting Nick on what a call was on that pitch.
Yeah, I think the second strike, that fastball inside, Nick thought it was a ball, and the home plate umpire calling it a strike.
So it took 1 minute and 47 seconds for the review. We have another full count. 3 ball, 2 strike count on Markakis. Cobb gets him. So Markakis retired. That'll be the 4th strikeout and the first out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
And almost the same pitch that appeared to be questionable, the second strike. A little two-seam fastball. He runs back over. Now it starts off the plate, but look at that late movement. Comes back in and catches that inside corner.
That'll bring up Steve Pearce, who grounded out his first time up. Shift on against him in the infield, and swing and a miss on it. 0-1 the count. Adam Jones will wait on deck. Pearce with a .371 average this season, 4 home runs and 8 RBIs this year against Tampa Bay. He has been a one-man wrecking crew, although he's not the only one to have those big numbers against the Rays this season. It's consistent, though, with his career numbers. He's .333 lifetime against Tampa Bay and 5 home runs. This year, a lot more at bats.
Some good timing for him, too. I mean, has the good success. Right,
he'll pop that one up shallow left field. Shortstop back Escobar. And there are 2 down. Time for all you fans to tweet your photo using hashtag #MASSonFanPhotos for a chance to have it shown in a future broadcast. It's brought to you by AT&T.
Phones everywhere. Always. iPads, phones, bring them to the ball game. So not only do they get to see it live, they can watch it on their phone. Everything. Everything you want.
Life is good. You know what you can't find in Baltimore? The battery for your watch. 2 down. Jones struck out. Cobb's delivery will be taken for a strike. I'm now down to 2 watches, neither of which work. I rode around town today. I went over to Hamden. Nope. Went over to North Charles Street. Somebody said there might be a jewelry store up there that carries watch batteries. Nope. Harbor East. Nope. 0-1 count. And the pitch that is swung on. Tried not to. Couldn't hold up on it. And an 0-2 count.
Big curveball there. Good late finish. Good late finish. I think a lot of time when we talk about the pace of the game, and it appears to be now at Cobb's advantage. Chasing a couple pitches now, and I think you just test the patience of hitters, especially the Orioles offense wants to be aggressive. Yep. They are an aggressive team.
0-2 will bounce. And a 1-ball 2-strike count on Jones. A couple of walks, 4 strikeouts for Cobb. Up to 58 pitches thrown. Chen has had only 1 walk, no strikeouts, but 6 hits have been picked up off the Orioles starter. Cobb and Chen right now getting it done in different ways. Here's the 1-2. And got him. 5 strikeouts, 2 in the inning. Review took 1:47. The inning took. Yep, that's right.
Season, but the start of this game here, Rays threatening runners at second and third. Jennings off and running. Davis, the strong throw to Pierce, guns him down at the plate. And here the little blooper. Jonathan Scope, though, great court awareness, recovers and makes the force out at second base. Adam Jones made the highlight film last night. Look at him close the distance on this ground ball to gun out. Hannigan at the plate. Nice tag by Caleb Joseph. This Orioles defense is something special. A lot of gold gloves and it's really help this pitching staff putting the ball in play and let the guys do the work behind them.
So there's your line over 3. The Rays will earn on 6 hits and an error. The Orioles 0-1-0. RBI Longoria came in the first inning off Chen. 3 have been left on by the Orioles, all in scoring position. 4 left on by Tampa Bay, and they have had only 1 left in scoring position. Wei-Yin Chen, the pitch will be taken up high. Escobar lined out first time up. He's now 2 for 16 off Wei-Yin Chen with a home run. Escobar will take that one, and it is in there for a strike. He's hit only 200 against the Orioles this season with a home run, couple of RBIs. Lifetime, this has been a pretty good ballpark for him, though. He's got a 308 career average here at Camden Yards with 3 home runs. And Chen will miss inside, 2-1.
He wasn't very happy after his first at bat. A bullet right back up the middle. Jonathan Scope out there in the perfect position to take one away.
Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way. Ground ball is going to go to short. Hardy will gobble that one up. Throw over in time to get it.
Now let's take a look at the PNC minor league report brought to you by PNC Bank. For the achiever in you, Parker Bridwell had an outstanding game yesterday. 8 innings pitched, just the 1 hit. Well, he had a perfect game going through 7 innings and gave up the 1 single. So an outstanding outing. 13 strikeouts. That was a career high for him, and he leads the Carolina League with 136 punch-outs this season. You see the record 6-10 with a 4.51. Pretty interesting side note here. Almost throwing a perfect game. Did that against Potomac. Well, he almost threw a no-hitter against Potomac earlier in the season, and the same hitter that broke up his perfect game bid Yesterday, broke up the no-hitter back on May 13th, Tony Renda. So he'll probably remember that name for a while.
Drill him.
Yeah,
here is Loney. He got a single his first time up. And the pitch inside, and he did not go around, says Jeff Nelson. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. Loney and then Hannigan due up here in the 4th inning. Remember, these teams playing a 4-game set as the Orioles look to increase their lead, put Tampa Bay out of it, which has all but been done, really. As Joe Madden's ball club, 64-67. They get to the 500 mark and then cannot get over it and can't stay at it. That's kind of the way it's gone for this team. They finished up with 92 wins last year, and we're still 5.5 games behind Boston. 2-1 pitch. That'll be fouled off the other way. So we'll be right back here tomorrow night. Kevin Gausman and Drew Smiley will go. 6:30 O's Extra, 7 o'clock for the game. Bud Norris, Jeremy Hellickson in game 4. The Orioles have this long homestand to pick up some ground, more ground over the Yankees, and fouled off at the plate.
You know, you talk about the Rays this season, you know, not a typical Tampa year. They've had some great success here over the last 5 seasons, and but they still have some great young arms. We're looking at Alex Cobb tonight. He's just 26 years old. Odorizzi, a very young pitcher as well. They just picked up Smiley, who they have control of for another year or two.
Hardy, and a great pick at first base. Pierce able to get it on his way down. Took the 1 hop, stayed out of the way of the base runner, and the Orioles get another out.
Boy, Steve Pierce has come up with some big plays. J.J. Hardy ranging to the hole. He's throwing a couple balls low here. Look at the great concentration by Pierce. Gets out there, tries to get as low as possible to keep his eyes on that ball. Nice clean pick there. Very tough play for a first baseman. That ball actually looked like it kicked away from him as well.
And he did not get kicked by the base runner. So 6 threes here, a couple of them in the 4th inning. Hardy and Pierce. Here is Hannigan. Hit into the fielder's choice in the 2nd inning, then got thrown out at the plate by Adam Jones. 2 down, nobody on here in the 4th. Right now, Tampa Bay on the season paced to score their fewest runs in their history, as their offense just has not been able to get things going. Longoria, as we've mentioned, has had not a bad season, but for Evans, certainly not the kind of home run power, extra base hit, RBI numbers that they had hoped to have, or that he hoped to have, for that matter. 1-1 delivery on the way. The off-speed breaking ball, that's going to be in there for a strike.
And I think they were counting on Myers as well to put up a few more offensive numbers than he did. Now, unfortunately for him, there was that injury that set him back, but you know, he's certainly a great young star on the rise, but there is so much offensive potential there.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery. Hannigan will foul it away. They are next to last in runs scored in the American League, so they have that great divergence of not much of an offense, and yet the 2nd best ERA among the starters and the 3rd best ERA overall for a staff. Just a reminder that while pitching may dominate, you still have to have some balance. 1-2 delivery, and that'll be up high. And Chen up to 66 pitches thrown with 2 away here in the 4th inning. Hannigan still looking to get out of that 0 for 16 he's in. 2-2. Pitch will be taken outside. Not by much, and another full count, 3-2.
Take a look at this last pitch from above. How far off the plate was it? Now, Caleb Joseph locked it up pretty good, but it was 6 inches off the plate.
Only 4 for 34 off left-handers for Hannigan this year, and he'll draw a walk. So Chen surrenders a 2-out walk here in the 4th inning, 2nd of the ball game. The special 1994 jerseys and hats the Orioles wore on Sunday, part of Wrigley Field's year-long centennial celebration, have been autographed, authenticated, and placed for auction. You can find them at Orioles.com/auction. Proceeds are going to benefit the Orioles Charitable Foundation. your chance to have a great piece of Orioles history. Orioles.com/auction. Sean Rodriguez, a single his first time up. Runner on at first base and 2 down. He'll foul it back, going after one he tried to drive. Well, Rodriguez trying to get something going with 2 away. 263 off the Orioles this year. 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Orioles leading the season series 9-4 coming into this game.
Yeah, pretty good turnaround. Last year they had some struggles against Tampa, but they got off hot. They won 7 of their first 8 games playing against the Rays this season.
Another series will be coming up in September, which isn't far away. 5, 6, and 7. The Orioles will be playing in Tampa Bay against Madden's team. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Hannigan off first base. Delivery fouled off, chopped at. Yankees have moved on after their makeup game win on to Detroit, where they are playing tonight. Anibal Sanchez has had a setback for the Tigers. He was getting ready to come back to their rotation. They now say there is no timetable. He had pain in the arm, throwing arm, where that scar tissue is, and so Sanchez, they just don't know anymore. Boy, the Tigers writing an incredible story here in the last month or so. They are now a 1.5 games behind Kansas City. They have won 2 in a row. Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way into the seats.
A good changeup right there. Take a look at Sean Rodriguez's power zone. Wei and Chen obviously trying to keep it out of that spot. One pitch there up in the zone, probably middle of the plate. Right now, Wei and Chen having a hard time commanding his breaking ball. Trying to find the rhythm of this game. He seems to have kind of settled in here and really battling the command a little bit as well, much like Cobb. Needs to get this kind of picked up a little bit.
Ground ball to the middle. Hardy over. What a play. Gets the out. J.J. Hardy, the consistency at shortstop. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Not that easy. Does it cleanly. Jonathan Scope there to take the flip. 1-0 Rays. To you by Volkswagen. 1991. Cal Ripken Jr. MVP American League and the All-Star Game. Named MLB's Player of the Year, Silver Slugger Award, Home Run Derby, and his first Gold Glove. He led the American League shortstop, 528 assists, 267 putouts, a .986 fielding percentage, hit .323, career high 34 home runs, 114 RBIs. 1991.
A pretty good year right there. And
a lot of players would take that.
Yeah, he had many of those years. That's why he obviously has that statue out there, Hall of Famer. Unbelievable career here in Baltimore. He celebrated part of the 60th anniversary. That was a pretty special night when he came out on the field along with Brooks and Eddie, all the great Oriole players.
Now these Oriole players trying to make a little bit of Oriole history this season. Get into the postseason and see what happens. Here is Nelson Cruz, grounded out his first time up. DH, Young and Hardy to follow. Cobb's delivery to him, and that will be taken for a strike. So as we said, you go from a ball game like last night where the Orioles started in the third with a home run output, continued it in the fifth, but you come to the next night and who knows. Right now it's the pitchers. 0-2 count.
Take a look at Nelson Cruz's power zone. That's a big red spot in the middle of that plate, covering both inner and outer third. Of course, the heart of the plate, danger zone for everybody, but he can expand inside as well. We've seen him turn and burn and just hit rockets out of the park. Better keep the ball down in the zone.
Pitch outside. Batting practice today with Cruz, watching him, and he was stinging the ball. He actually makes the ball quiver. Not a butterfly thing in the air. It quivers. It's hit so hard it moves as it goes, and it will go up. And seemingly, even though it's not so, looks like it goes faster as the ball heads into the outfield than when it came off the bat. I mean, he hits a ball so hard.
Well, he has an amazing bat path. It is short and direct to the baseball, and he actually gets down and cuts that ball in half to create that kind of backspin that so many great hitters do. But he is incredible when he's hitting line drives. I mean, it looks like he's hitting a one-iron.
That one's foul outside of third base. Orioles have had the leadoff man on in the first inning. That was Markakis. Both Cobb and Chen get 70% of leadoff batters, so not easy to get that leadoff man on against him. Showalter on the rail as he usually is in these ball games. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Bottom half of the fourth inning. And a big chopper to short and a base hit. So the Orioles get the leadoff man on again. Cruz on with a base hit with Young and Hardy to come. As promised earlier in the game, our AT&T fan photo. A group having a real good time. Oriole fans. And a good crowd on hand here tonight. The school back in. Gets a little tougher for some of the families to get out. Sugar Babe.
She's on. They didn't show it on the big screen.
No.
You got on TV.
Here is Young, strikeout victim his first time up. Delman with a runner on at first base. Cobb, as we said, ground ball pitcher. Getting a few of them here tonight. Orioles will put the ball in the air, though, a couple of times. Pitch will be inside for a ball. Delman has faced Cobb only 3 times, 0 for 3 against him.
You know, when you talked to Delman Young the other day, and he was talking about his approach when he steps into the box, he said he wants to hit a home run every pitch. So he's up there just to square up a baseball and hit it as hard and as far as he possibly can. Well, he was asked about the opportunity of possibly hitting for the cycle in last night's ball game, because he did pick up the double and had a home run and a single. And he said, if I would have got that other opportunity, I would have just tried to hit another home run. I even thought about a triple.
No. Those things don't enter Delman's mind. No. Where's the fence? To his credit, though, I mean, he had great at bats last night. He will chop that one outside of third base. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Trying to get for hitters like Delman Young, Davis, Chris Davis, trying to get underneath a Cobb pitch is so hard if he's on. He throws that splitter and it's going down.
Yeah.
You can't get through the ball. Can't get on top of it.
Really, what so many good pitchers have is the ability to have that late movement just before it gets to the plate, just before it gets into that swing zone. And the Orioles have a couple great pitchers that have that late movement. Zach Britton, obviously one of the best in the game right now. But when Cobb is on, that nasty split finger he's able to throw it hard. We've seen some 88 miles an hour, 89 miles an hour in this game, so it's coming in like a fastball, and then it just disappears at the end, right when it gets into that hit zone. A lot of top balls.
2-ball, 2-strike count on Young with Hardy waiting on deck. Short lead at first, Cruz, and that's fouled off right at the plate. He just got enough of that one. Went off Hannigan, and the count will stay at 2-2. 70 pitches now thrown by Cobb in the ball game. The outs for both these pitchers have been hard to come by, even though it's a 1-0 Rays lead. The outs haven't been easy. 2-2. Loney holding the runner at first. Chopper, that's foul. Hit him in the batter's box. And it stays 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Not giving in. Just keeps going with that split finger. Delmon Young once again putting together another quality at bat, fouling off some tough pitches, making Cobb work. And really the goal of any offense is try to make the starter work. Really get him out of there as soon as possible. And here Cobb already up to 71 pitches. And let's look at the pitch track. I mean, you see what they're trying to do. Get that inside corner down and in. And Delmon Young doing a nice job fouling off some of those tough splitties.
2 balls, 2 strikes, lone run, RBI, Longoria, first inning. Orioles have only 2 hits. Young will take it, just misses. That's the one Cobb's been wanting tonight, hasn't gotten the call on. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Now we'll see with Cruz on at first base and nobody out, whether he might be moving here or not. He's looking over to third to Bobby Dickerson. This will be the 5th 3-2 count. Dickerson has relayed the sign. Three-2 delivery to him, and that's going to be fouled off.
Just never giving in. I mean, that's the confidence he has in that split finger. Here, a 3-2 count. Nasty one. Diving down and in.
Will be at least a 9-pitch at bat. Orioles with the leadoff man on and the Cruz base hit. Runner not going on the last pitch. Not going here, and he walked it. The Cobb has walked 3, and the Orioles get 2 on here in the 4th inning with nobody out. They had a couple on in the 2nd inning with 1 out, couldn't score. Better situation here.
Orioles offense really doing a nice job working Alex Cobb. See his pitch count now tied with Wei Chen at 74, but they're making him work. Not chasing a lot of his tougher pitches. A lot of extended at bats here. And the pressure on again. It's not been easy. 3 walks in the ball game. He's kind of known for his command. See the runners in scoring position. The Rays 2 for 3. Orioles have had 5 opportunities here. Another big one.
2 for 6 in the ball game last night for the Orioles. Hardy threw one of the 3 walks in the game, and again Cobb does not get that call. It's that inside corner strike at the knees that he's been after all night and has not been able to get the call on it. And a 1-0 count. So Hardy gets the opportunity to get this game tied up or better. Lead runner Cruz at second, Young on at first. Infield double play depth. Hardy will take it. That is there for a strike. JJ has been up among the leaders this season with runners in scoring position. He's got the best average of the Orioles and the 4th best in the league. Actually tied for 3rd now with Brantley at 347 with runners in scoring position.
Well, JJ's done so many good things offensively. Obviously the runners in scoring position, a huge number. I think there were so many people wondering where the heck the power has
gone because he's been such a dominant power hitting shortstop over the last 3 years, but his average stayed up at 300 for a long time throughout the course of the season. He's been consistent with runners in scoring position, and here just missing a pitch on the inner third, fouling it off the top of Hannigan's face mask.
1 ball, 2 strike count on Hardy with Davis waiting on deck. Orioles 2 hits, the Cruz single in this inning, and the single in the first inning by Nick Markakis. One-two delivery. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Hardy. Cobb will go in that over the 100 pitch count. A lot of his games this year, 105, 101 last 2 outings, 101 against Detroit, 112 against the Yankees. Two ball, 2 strike count. Hardy takes it right in there again, and again it goes 3-2.
Well, those pitches are inside off the plate. Credit the Orioles hitters for not chasing. They start expanding in there. Could be a lot more trouble. Showing some good patience, good strike zone awareness.
This is the 6th 3-2 count Cobb has had in this game. Cruz taking a look around at second base. Young the lead at first. 3-2, fouled off. It's been the story of this game. You saw Hickey over there, and just a disgruntled look. I mean, you're hoping when you got Cobb out there that he's going to get at least half of those calls going his way on those pitches inside. It changes the whole complexion of the game for him. Not that the umpire's wrong, as Mike said, they haven't been strikes, but some umpires, some of those might have been gone the other way.
Yeah, you consistently hit those spots in there, you might get a call or two.
Another foul ball.
Orioles hitters really making them work. 22 pitches now and no outs on the board, so this is definitely a trying inning for Cobb.
This is going to be the 8th pitch of this at bat, and the bullpen will stir for the Rays.
Yeah, he wants a pitch.
3-2. Got 5 strikeouts. He'd like to get one here, but Hardy tough to K. 3-2 delivery in the air, right field. Runners are going to tag. Myers will make the catch. Cruz will head over to third. Throw will come into second. So Cruz has advanced on the Hardy fly ball to right. 1 down, first and third.
Pretty good at bat right there by J.J. Hardy, and certainly would have loved to have driven him in, but does a job moving him over to third base, though. This extended inning, Jim Hickey's going to come out there and give him a little breather. He's been laboring through here, missing a lot of pitches just off the corners. Trying to get him to take a deep breath, kind of regroup the troops. I mean, this is the stuff that really knocks starters out. When you get 1 or 2 of these type of innings, get overextended, throw 30 pitches in an inning. It's trying, and especially just mentally, aside from the physically, just trying to work your way through this lineup, try to come up with big outs.
The trouble for Cobb and company right now is you've got Chris Davis coming up. I mean, that's your number 1 problem. First and third, you want a double play or a strikeout, but Chris does not hit into double plays. He's only hit into 2 ground ball double plays. With that uppercut, he is obviously a real fly ball hitter, so to get him to hit a ground ball is very hard to do. Now, you might strike him out. He's struck out more than anyone else in the league, but where Cobb would like to get a ground ball for a double play, this is a guy it's real tough to get against. They'll go into the shift here. Runners at first and third and 1 out. Cruz at third base, Young on at first, and Davis will follow back.
take a look at Chris Davis since 2013. 75 home runs. That's the most in Major League Baseball. Picked up a big home run in last night's ball game. Of course, last season led the majors with 53 home runs. Those batting averages in there, but still a tremendous threat. 22 home runs this season.
2 of those have come against the Rays. 0-1 delivery, and that will be down low. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Leadoff single Cruz now at third, and the walk to Young at first. Davis drew a walk in that second inning, and the Orioles got 2 base runners via the free pass and left them on. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and Davis fouls that one back. That's off the mask. So Cobb will get ahead, a ball and 2 strikes.
Good pass right there. Pitch on the outside corner. Put an A swing on it. Nice short swing direct to the ball. Just fouling it off. Another split finger there.
Down at third, Cruz. I'm sure Bobby Dickerson talking to him, telling him as far off as you can. Remember, we've got a guy who's thrown 6 wild pitches, including 1 in this game.
And really, the only reason Rodriguez kind of holding tight at third base is to keep Cruz as close as possible.
1-2. Runner goes from first. They do not throw through. Strike 3 called. So Cobb gets the strikeout. That'll be his 6th of the game. Young will get credited with a stolen base. Now 2 in scoring position, but there are 2 down.
Just when you think you're going to get a split finger, he's run that 2-seamer in on a couple Orioles lefties. Comes back over and catches that inside corner.
Stolen base for Young. That'll be his first in his first attempt this year. So again, 2 in scoring position. This is the situation the Orioles had in the second inning. 2 in scoring position with 2 down here. Joseph came up and lined out in the second inning with 2 on when there was 1 out. And Caleb will take the pitch inside. Off speed pitch. It didn't move. 1-0.
Yeah, he lost that one. Backed up on him. Tried to get ahead with the breaking ball. We've seen him do it a couple times in this ball game earlier, especially. I think the fatigue of this inning has really kind of taken its toll on him.
1-0 delivery. 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position for the Orioles so far. 2-0 count. They've had people moving around in the bullpen, but nobody's thrown out there yet. Cobb's piling up the pitch count. Jim Hickey keeps checking the book, taking a look at what his bullpen people have done against certain nose hitters. 2-0 delivery. Ground ball foul. 2 ball 1 strike count. It's 30 pitches thrown by Cobb in this inning, and 89 in the ball game.
Yeah, big number. Really kind of struggled through the second inning as well. 28 pitches there. So you get a couple innings like that. Boy, it certainly takes its toll on a pitcher. And they have extended him a little bit, though. He's really kind of recovered well from his oblique injury. So they're letting him go. And he's a young pitcher, trying to get him to work through a lot of these type of situations, and certainly want to give him an opportunity to win or lose a ball game.
And that one's going to miss. So the count goes to 3-1. Jonathan Scope, the on deck batter. Cobb wants a new baseball. All of this, and 1 run is scored. And a base hit by Longoria in the first inning. 5 left on by the Rays. 3 have been left on by the Orioles. And they've got 2 more out there, with a 3-1 count and Caleb Joseph. Cobb's delivery to him, and that's going to go to center, but it's in. Base hit. Cruz will score. Young will score. And Joseph comes through, and the Orioles have a 2-1 lead.
Caleb Joseph finally bringing the crowd to their feet. His job of clutch hitting here. Works the count to 3-1. It's on a line drive. That is a great effort out in center field by Jennings, but comes up a little bit short. That stolen base coming up big. Actually hit his glove. You see him get to the position. Wristed it. Didn't hit the glove. Over boogied on the dive.
Caleb Joseph, RBIs 22 and 23. A chopper will go to short. Escobar will go to second. Get the force out to Forsythe, but the Orioles get the big hit that they needed. The Orioles get 2 runs. They do it on a couple of hits, leave a base runner on, and have a 2-1 lead. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, and by AT&T, mobilizing your world. So the Orioles get the big hit, and as has happened all year, you never know who's going to come through. For the moment, Caleb Joseph is the one. 2 RBIs, and the stolen base picked up by Young on that strikeout by Davis mattered, putting him in scoring position with 2 down and coming around on the Joseph 2-out single. Orioles here in the ball game taking advantage of that walk to Young, one of those that would score. The 3 hits are all singles in this ball game for the O's. So Chen's going to lead 2-1. We go to the 5th inning, top of the order. Jennings, Zobrist, and Forsythe will be due up. Jennings looked like out there, he got his glove turned the wrong way. If he had the glove up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that ball was kind of diving down, and I think all players really try to create some sort of an angle on a baseball to get a better look at it. And it might have been the only opportunity he had to try to just backhand that. But I think it was just diving so fast, and it was a quick reaction type play, and he didn't have much time to make a decision. He just got out there and just reached out a little bit too far on the sliding attempt.
He's going to try and bunt his way on. That's a hard bunt back to Chen. 1 down, 5th inning. On Labor Day Monday, the first 25,000 fans 15 and over at the Orioles Twins game. That's a 1:35 game. Get the Adam Jones bobblehead. So spend your holiday, family, and friends here at the Yard. Every game matters now as the Orioles push for the postseason. Get your tickets, 888-848-BIRD or at Orioles.com. That's on Labor Day Monday. It's a 1:35 game. One down. Pitch will be taken up high. Zobrist has doubled and scored and flied out. Zobrist coming in on the Longoria 2-out base hit. Kirby Yates in the bullpen for Tampa Bay. Real good off-speed delivery. Throttle that down to 69 miles an hour.
Well, there you go. That might be the key. Now, he's had trouble with the command of that breaking ball. And here he takes a lot off and just kind of flips it in there to get the strike.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery, and he shows bunt. Now hitting .367 with a home run off Chen, squares around. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Well, I think Rays hitters looking at this game, and it's going to be a tight one. Chris Davis playing back at third. Saw Jennings try to push one over there with Steve Pearce at first. And Jonathan Scope playing deep up the middle. So just trying to create some offense, do something to get a runner on base. A couple early bunt attempts in the 5th inning.
They've had 6 hits. I mean, they've had their chances. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be inside under the arms. Hey, 3-2. What do you know? Cobb's familiar with those. Still pacing over there after giving up those 2 runs. And that one's up high. So Chen, who hasn't struck anybody out in this game, now has walked 3. This one came in the 3rd inning with 1 away and just got stranded. The other one in the 4th inning with 2 down and was taken out on a fielder's choice. Now he surrenders one here with 1 away in the 5th.
Which isn't very typical Wei-Yin Chen. This is only the 2nd time all year he's walked 3 batters.
He has not had a ball game where he hasn't struck somebody out. Starting pitcher manager talking. Forsythe with 1 down. Pitch will be away for a ball. Forsythe, he's drawn a walk and is grounded out. He too with a home run off Chen in his career. Part of the 3 for 10 that he has off Chen. .1-0 delivery. That'll be up high. So Chen has had 5 3-2 counts, and Cobb has had how many? 6? 7? Wow. That's a lot of pitches eaten up on long counts. Dave Wallace, pitching coach.
And you talked about Wei-Yin Chen's efficiency this season. Best on the Orioles staff. And tonight struggling a little bit with the command. 84 pitches to this point. Here in the 5th inning. A base on balls to Zobrist, and now finding himself behind Forsythe. Going to get back in the zone.
Up high. Count goes to 3-0.
Yeah, typically Wei-Yin Chen, I mean, if he doesn't have the command of his off-speed pitches, he has his fastball that he can defend himself with. And he really relies on that fastball location. And here, having trouble even commanding that.
If he gets a green light here, throw over. Got Forsythe and Longoria waiting on deck. First time the Orioles will get bullpen action. Brad Brock. Get up to throw, even though Chen's pitch count not extremely high. It's just one of those nights where it's been tough work. 3-0 delivery on the way. He'll take it. It is in there for a strike. And the count at 3-1. 3-1, 1 away. Infield looking for the ground ball to get 2. Runner off first, not going. Ball put up in the air. Jones going back. Runner halfway or more. Catch made. Forsythe retired. Zobrist back to the first base. 2 down.
Wei-Yin Chen will take that. Falls behind. The deep fly ball out there. Pick up the 2nd out of the inning. Right back in the zone. Take your chances. Good job there.
So now Longoria with the runner at first base. Longoria, the RBI base hit first inning, DHing for the 2nd consecutive game. Flied out his last time up to center. 5 hits, 20 at bats, lifetime off Chen. Infield will play him to pull, outfield straight up. And Longoria takes it for a strike. Longoria here in this ballpark, a .269 career hitter. He's had a dozen home runs here at Camden Yards. 22 total home runs against the Orioles in his career. No breeze here at the ballpark tonight. That one will be bounced. Joseph with the stop. 1-1.
Nice little pickup there Caleb Joseph. Wei Chen has to be careful. Execute his pitches here to Longoria. One swing of the bat, and you talk about his success. The numbers he's put up.
Breaking ball that comes inside to him. 2 ball 1 strike count. Myers is the on deck batter if it gets that far. With Chen on the mound, the Orioles have gone 15-9 in his starts this season. 2-1. In the air, left field. Young going back. He's got room. Jumps up. Can't get it. Runner's going to score. Zobrist will begin. Longoria will pick up a double. And he gets the RBI that will tie the ball game up. So Longoria, with both runs batted in for the Rays, makes it 2-2.
Now put a runner on base. And Evan Longoria bears down. And here's the situation. Zobrist at first, and he smokes this ball. Delmon Young, pretty good effort there. See him jump up just over the top of the glove, and then it gets the Rays kick off the wall. Zobrist able to score all the way from first base.
While the pitch counts down, Buck Showalter wants the change. So Wei Chen is going to come out of the ball game. He cannot win it. Could lose it. He's responsible for Longoria. This call to the bullpen brought to you by M&T Bank. When Baltimore succeeds, we all succeed.
Take a look at his pitch arsenal comparison tonight. 61% fastballs, 24% breaking balls. Pretty similar on the season. 15% changeups, but the command wasn't quite there. Just not as sharp as we've seen Wei Chen recently. Just lasting 4 2/3. Gave up 7 hits, but 3 walks tonight. No strikeouts. Only the second time this season he's had 3 walks in a ball game. Now it's time for the Jiffy Lube pitching change. This pitching change should be quick, just like a Jiffy Lube signature service oil change. At Jiffy Lube, they get you in and out fast, and you never need an appointment. Well, Brad Brock on. You see what he features: the fastball, slider, and the changeup. All of them really nasty with that cross-body delivery. Fastball up in the mid-90s. Power slider and a nasty change. 4 wins on the season, 2.54 earned run average. Opponents hitting just 181 overall. Brad Brock has really been a force out of the bullpen. 13 of 18 inherited runners stranded this season.
And a swing and a miss. Runner on at second base. 2-strike count on Myers. Myers has flied out to both left and right. The RBI picked up by Longoria, 2 in the ball game. He represents the potential go-ahead run out there against the Cubs on Sunday. He worked 2/3 of an inning. The Orioles have needed a strikeout. Brad Brock has been turned to. 0-2 delivery, and the pitch is going to miss outside. So Myers trying to give Tampa Bay the lead in this ball game. They had a 1-0 lead in the first inning. Orioles came back took the lead in the fourth. Now they've tied it up here. Chen responsible for Longoria at second. 1-2 delivery, and that will be fouled, and there'll be no play. Brad Brach, this is the third game he's pitched against Tampa Bay this year. 3 2/3 innings. Given up just 1 hit. That's it. And he has had 5 strikeouts against the Rays in 3 2/3 innings.
Brad Brach has been so valuable. He was on the shuttle for a while. He just kind of established himself, got into a rhythm, and boy, has he been a big part of this Orioles bullpen. I mean, Buck Showalter uses him in a lot of different ways. He can eat up some innings, come in and match up against a righty. Been very effective.
Brach with a 2-ball 2-strike count now on Myers. Longoria not too far off with that lead. Jonathan Scope's not that far away from him down there at second base. Brach 2-2, 2 down. Myers takes. Tough take. 3-2.
Close pitch right there. A good eye. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Really not much you can do with it. Take a look at the Nissan pitch tracking. Brach and Caleb Joseph trying to work that outer third just off the edge. Good take right there by Myers.
Brach coming over from San Diego. Exchange for Devin Jones. And that's what he does. Brach comes on. He gets the strikeout. First rate of strikeout in the game. A run in. 1 hit. Runner left on. 2-2.
Highlights. Wayne Chen in a little bit of trouble. Gets Forsythe to ground to Davis, but Davis to Pierce to Joseph out at the plate. Jennings gunned down. And Adam Jones closing the distance on the ground ball up the middle. Guns out Hannigan. Nice job by Caleb again to hang on, apply the tag. Caleb Joseph once again comes through. Base hit on the 3-1 count to drive in 2. It's a tie ball game, but Alex Cobb knocked out of this game. Take a look at his pitch arsenal comparison. 51% fastballs, breaking ball 19%, the changeup. The high number there at 30%, but he had command problems as well. 92 pitches, 3 walks in the ball game, 6 strikeouts for Alex Cobb. Geico 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Of course, the Rays going to the bullpen. Kirby Yates now in the game. Fastball using it at 54% of the time. It's pretty good. 91 to 94 miles an hour. Breaking ball 41% of the time. Power slider and change rarely at 5%. It's been in 26 games. 3.42 earned run average. 31 strikeouts. Just the 8 walks in his 26 and a third innings of work. Opponent sitting at 238. The lefties 280 and the righties at 224.
Yates made his major league debut this season. He's 27 years old. His brother also pitched. Tyler Yates is 10 years older. He was in the Mets, Braves, Pirates organizations, and they are from Hawaii, where the family still lives. Made his major league debut June 7. Nick Markakis will lead it off against him here. Yates delivery to him. The off-speed pitch up high. Kirby Yates gave up the home run to Chris Davis, first batter he faced in the ball game last night. So he gets a chance to come right back at it. There's Grant Belfour in the bullpen. Markakis has singled and struck out. As Alex Cobb, 2 runs, 3 hits, 4 innings. Strange line. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, only 3 hits, and they were all singles. But he comes out of the ball game working, as was true with Chen, a very short outing. Bottom half of the 5th inning here. Yates 1-1, so both starters non-decisioned in the ball game. Markakis will take the pitch on the inside corner for a strike.
A lot of high counts for both pitchers tonight. Credit the offenses, working some really good at bats, not chasing some pitches out of the zone. Really, both pitchers kind of labored through the ball game.
Adam Jones will get a shot here. He's in the hole for this inning. 1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way to him, and that's going to come inside. Count goes to 2-2. Markakis trying to get on. Orioles try and get the lead back. Orioles 2-3-0. The Rays 2-7-1. Yates with a 2-2 pitch off speed, and he had Markakis out in front of it and fouls it off. Yates was the closer at AAA this year. He went 16 for 16 in saves at AAA Durham before they brought him up. He was their minor league relief pitcher of the year for their entire organization last year. He had 20 saves, 23 opportunities last season, 1.9 ERA at AAA.
Yeah, really good minor league numbers, and then finally getting his opportunity in the big leagues this season. He was 27 years old. So put in his time, put the numbers up, and gets a chance here.
A surfer from Hawaii. 2 ball, 2 strike count. I'm not talking about the internet. And the pitch will be put up in the air to center. Jennings. One down. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting Be More for Healthy Babies. 312 walks, $15,600. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
Steve Pearce trying to pick up that hit to extend his hitting streak. At 8 games right now. That's his career high. He's putting up some career high numbers this season. Home runs, some at bats, very productive. And he has looked really hitterish in the box. I mean, he is ready to go. He knows his strike zone right now. When it's in there, he is letting the bat head fly.
Just enough break on that one at the end to catch the corner. Goes 0-2. Grounded out, popped out.
Let's take a look at the pitch here. Showalter hollering out of the dugout. Like it caught the plate there. It was just caught bad. Sometimes I think hitters and bench will make comments because the catcher kind of boxes a pitch.
That's a fair ball. Long throw coming. Rodriguez can't be handled by Loney. Might not have mattered anyway. So Pearce is on with 1 down. Probably a base hit.
Well, I would think it's a chopper, kind of takes Rodriguez deep, and he has to make the quick throw. He's bounced a lot of balls. Maybe he's been used to playing on the turf, trying to kick it down there. Maloney's helped him out a couple times in this series, but here the grass a little unpredictable, and he can't come up with that one.
So a base hit for Pearce, and now Jones coming up. Adam has struck out twice. Belfour is getting ready in the bullpen. Yates now with a runner at first and one down here in the 5th inning. There's Grant Belfour. He's about ready to go if needed. We're going to have a lot of matchups now with a long way still to go in this ball game. And the bullpen's available. I mean, a lot of looking at the notebooks to see who's done what against whom for the remainder of this game. Jones is 0 for 1 off Yates. Adam had the 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. Infield will play for 2. Pierce, good speed at first base. Jones goes to the middle. Shortstop. Escobar's got it. 2 down. Off the fists on that one, retiring it.
Yeah, pretty good late life right there. Run a fastball in on Adam Jones. Doesn't happen very often.
That'll bring up Nelson Cruz. Cruz has a home run off Yates. He's 1 for 3 against him. Rays got a run first inning. Longoria had the RBI and a base hit with 2 down. The Orioles came back, 2 runs 4th inning. A 2-out hit by Joseph, a base hit. Rays came right back 5th inning. RBI double by Longoria. Game tied at 2. And the pitch will be taken outside for a ball. $16,406 on hand for the ball game. The announced attendance 16,406. 1-0 count, 2 away. Short lead at first. Cruz takes it. It's a strike.
Slider right there. Good location. We've seen it most of the season. That's the spot they try to attack Nelson Cruz, typically with sliders down and away, that outer third. Make mistakes though. He's made a lot of pitchers pay.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Infield shifted around. Goes the other way, foul. Certainly want to thank all the fine Oriole fans. Phoned in. I now have a number of addresses to go to get my watch repaired. That's great. Julie, thank you for sending up the messages here. I'll wear both watches tomorrow. It won't be working. 1-2 count, 2 down. Lays off that pitch. Going to be down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cruz back in the DH role here at home, giving Young another chance in left field. Keeps both those bats in the lineup. Pierce at first.
Now, one thing Buck Showalter's done with Nelson Cruz is he's been able to keep him healthy throughout the course of the season. There was some concern playing outfield every day might take its toll on his legs. He's had some problems with that in the past. So Buck Showalter, realizing that, he's played him in left field. Sure, he's gotten plenty of opportunities defensively, but giving him his time as a designated hitter, has to rest the legs a little bit, and he has been really productive for the Orioles. And he's going to be a huge factor in this lineup as they go down the stretch and possibly into the postseason.
American League leader in home runs, still 1 ahead of Abreu. Cruz with 34. He is tied for 5th with 87 RBIs. Donaldson in Oakland and he both with 87. 3-2 count, runner at first going, and a swing and a miss. So the strikeout recorded, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 2-2 game. ball game, game 2 of this 4-game set. As we said last night, after all those home runs, you never know what the next night is going to look like. But as Mike Showalter likes to say, the things you can control in a ball game, one of them is defense. You can be good at it, and the Orioles have been exceptional here in the first 2 games.
Well, I'll tell you what, it has showed up for them all season long, and Adam Jones certainly highlighted the defense in last night's ball game, and so much of the defense was overlooked because of the offensive explosion. But J.J. Hardy made some beautiful plays. Steve Pearce made some great picks. Chris Davis was diving around. Jonathan Scope actually started the ball game off with a beautiful play up the middle. But here in this ball game, it has certainly carried over. There have been beautiful plays, a double play at the beginning of the ball game with Davis, Pearce onto Joseph, and then Adam Jones once again showing why he has won so many gold gloves out in center field, really closing that distance down to gun out a potential run at the plate. So the defense is always there, and they can rely on that, and I think that is a big reason why the Orioles pitchers are having so much success. They trust the defense behind them. They can attack the zone with their pitches and let the boys play. Let them flash the leather.
Big early outs on the base paths in this ball game in the first 2 innings. Brad Brock against Escobar. Escobar a half cut. He really didn't want to go after that. Jonathan Scope will make the play. Escobar will be retired. 1 away. Top half of the 6th inning. Make your deposit now for the 2015 Orioles full or partial season plans, and you can make great savings on the cost of single game tickets. And in addition, you pay your deposits for next year's tickets, you get first dibs for postseason tickets this year. Earn priority access. Just go to Orioles.com/postseason. That'll bring Loney to the plate. Loney is singled and grounded out. Fine play made on him by Hardy last time up. He'll hit that one off the end of the bat. Brock came on to get the final out in the 5th inning. Stays on to work here. Chen charged with the 2 runs, 7 hits over 4 2/3. First time this year he did not strike out a batter in a game, and he walked 3. Cobb 2 runs, 3 hits, 4 innings. He walked 3 and struck out 6. And they both are ND'd. Brad Brock's pitch, and that will be inside. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
I think one thing you've seen the Orioles starters do when they don't have their best stuff, they still find a way to somehow keep their team in the ball game. And here, both starters, it obviously wasn't, they both weren't as crisp as we expected them to be. But here it is, a 2-2 ball game, and now on to the bullpen. So, both teams still have opportunities to win. Nobody let it get away, and there were a lot of situations where they had to come up with big pitches, and really both of them did, or could have gotten out of hand one way or the other.
Taken by Loney, and the count will go to 3-1. In the battle of the bullpens coming into this game, the Orioles bullpen is ranked 4th in ERA. The Rays is 9th. Rays bullpen's given up a lot of home runs, 3rd most in the league. That one is going to miss. So Brad Brock will surrender the walk. That'll put a runner on with 1 down here in the 6th inning. It's the way these walks have come. 1 has scored. That was in the 5th inning. The walk to Zobrist with 1 away, and then the 2-out double by Longoria that tied the ball game up. Hannigan, the catcher, he's had a walk, hit into a fielder's choice, got thrown out at the plate by Jones in the 2nd inning. Ryan Hannigan, as we said, just coming off the DL, getting back in behind the plate. Molina had been working most of the games while he was out. Hannigan will lean in, watch it. It is in there for a strike.
A good fastball right at the bottom of the zone. Brad Brock, boys, he had some real good velocity with his fastball. 93, 94, 95 miles an hour. And talk about the deception that so many pitchers try to obtain. And Brock does it with the cross body delivery. And really good command. A lot of pitchers can't harness command of all 3 pitches with this type of motion to the plate, but he is on it right now and has been for an extended period of time with the Orioles.
Hannigan puts that one upstairs for a souvenir, and the count will go to 2 strikes. Been one of the hardest nights of the season on both teams, trying to find a way to get a hit. Well, there are 7 up there for Tampa Bay. None have come easy. The Orioles have 4. That ball's going to be a base hit into left field. Runner will stop at second as Young will get it in. So the Rays have runners on at first and second base with one away. They get the number 9 hitter Rodriguez coming up. That's hit number 8 in the game for Tampa Bay. So Hannigan breaks his slump, coming off the DL. 0 for 15 and an 0 for 1 and an 0 for 16. He ends it. And now Joyce is going to come up as the pinch hitter for Rodriguez. Matt Joyce will get the opportunity. He had a couple of walks in the ball game last night. Was 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. Joyce, the pinch hitter, 2 on and 1 away. Joyce has gone 4 for 18 as a pinch hitter with 4 RBIs. Brock's delivery to him and a swing and a miss.
Well, that is a good changeup right there. I mean, he sells it real well. The good arm speed. That ball just dives down and away to Joyce. You have to gear up to catch up to his fastball. You overcommit it all, he'll take advantage of you with his off-speed pitches.
0-1 delivery to him. That one's going to miss outside. Well, another key moment in this ball game, and the opportunities have come. There haven't been many of them. Both teams have struggled to try and find the big hit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners off first and second. Brock's delivery, that'll be put up into the air, and that will be out of play. So Brock will get ahead of him. Tommy Hunter in the Orioles bullpen.
Well, advantage goes to the Orioles right now as far as matchups, because Madden going to the bench early with Joyce coming up to pinch hit for Rodriguez, so limit his opportunities from the bench. But Buck Showalter can now eliminate players and match up more accordingly.
Joyce 1 for 2 off Brock. The delivery will miss outside. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Just misses right there. There have been some close pitches not called, but they have been off the plate.
There go the runners, or at least one of them, and it's foul back. And only one. Loney took off from second base on the pitch. Hannigan did not go from first. 2-2.
A little surprise attack here by the Rays. You see him get the good jump, timing Brock up. But, you don't have to have great speed to be able to steal third base. If you can time him up, if a pitcher loses track of you and falls into a rhythm, that's how they take advantage.
Here's the 2-2 delivery again. That's going to be inside and low. Nice stop made by Caleb Joseph. So the count goes through to 3-2. Full count with 1 down. Outfield will move around a bit, playing him to pull. On the 3-2, see whether or not Loney or Hannigan takes off here again. Hardy's holding the runner. They do not go in. Another walk. So Brock has walked 2 in the inning. That'll load him up with 1 down. We'll bring Dave Wallace, pitching coach, to the mound.
Get Tommy Hunter a couple extra reps out there in the pen, but this is the time you go over the pitching report, kind of make an adjustment in the mechanics. Brad Brock has incredible movement and life on all of his pitches. Once they're in the zone, down in the zone, he's going to have success. Here, losing a little bit of command. Pitch is moving just off the outside corners.
So big chance for Tampa Bay. 1 pitch, though, if he can get a ground ball. Double play, of course, would end it here. Jennings will be coming to the plate. Jennings has faced Brock only once, 0 for 1 against him. 2 for 4, runners in scoring position in the ball game for the Rays. Sacks are full here with 1 out. The delivery, a swing and a miss. He was late on that one. 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's a good fastball there. I mean, that just exploded through the zone. 94 miles an hour. Just takes off at the end.
Infield set. Double play. Oh, 1 delivery on the way to him. That'll just miss away. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Jennings has hit .245 with runners in scoring position. He's had chances here in this ball game. Came up with a single in the 2nd inning with a couple on base, but they couldn't convert it. Orioles made the play at the plate. That'll be foul back. Brock gets ahead of him, 1-2.
Challenging with another fastball. Pretty much center cut. Click faster at 95. See the 2 fastballs on the pitch track, pretty much right down the middle of the plate. That first one really exploded up through the upper third. The last one was a hit it if you can, 95 miles an hour.
1-2 delivery to him, little roller. Sacks are full. Davis going to go to the plate. Force out. Got him. Good play. Would not have had the out at first base. Chris Davis had to get the out at the plate on Loney, and he did.
Boy, defense is showing up again. A little nubber. Good slider here. Gets it off the end of the bat. Little chopper. Chris Davis with the bare hand. Tough play by Caleb Joseph. Kind of goes into the runner, but look at this reach. Picks it on the short hop. Keeps his foot on home plate. Get the force out. Big time play for the Orioles defense, and Caleb Joseph has been a big part of a lot of plays here, cutting down some runs. Boy, that is a tough play to receive. Right into the line of the runner. Good concentration by Caleb. He makes it look easy.
Bases remain loaded, and here is Zobrist. He has doubled and scored, walked and scored. Officially 1 for 2 in the ball game. Bases loaded and 2 down, and a chance for Brad Brock to get out of it. Infield can back up. He'll put the ball in the air to left field. It is near the warning track, playable, and that will do it. Young goes back to get it, and Brock works his way out of a jam. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Bases are left loaded. 2-2. Provides some of the best beaches in the U.S. Top-rated Siesta Beach, Shark's Tooth hunting at the Moat Aquarium. Fun for the whole family. Start planning a visit. Go to visitsarasota.org. Changes made here for the Rays. Joyce, who came on to pinch hit and drew the walk, will stay in the ball game. He'll be in left field. Matt Joyce. Forsythe moves from second to third base. Ben Zobrist will move from left field to second base. Those are the changes. Position players, and here's Belfour to pitch.
And Grant Balfour started the season as the closer, but boy, he's had some problems. High earned run average. Pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher. Fastball 59%, and that breaking ball is a slider. An occasional curveball 41%. 51 games, 1 win, 5 losses put on Balfour. 5.29 earned run average, 44 punch-outs, and 38 walks. Opponents hitting .227, lefties .216, the righties at .238. He's trying to get his confidence back, lower that earned run average. He's got a pretty good fastball still, 90 to 94 miles an hour.
For Balfour, this will be appearance number 5 against the Orioles. 3 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits. He has struck out 1. The Orioles have hit .357 against him this year. Balfour's 38th lifetime appearance against the Orioles. He's 2-1 and has gone 6 out of 8 in save opportunities, with a measly 191 average by the Orioles against him lifetime. Young will work against him. 4th inning, drew a walk, stole second, and scored on the single by Joseph that brought in the 2 Oriole runs. Young has also struck out. He'll check swing that one foul.
That ball just took off up and in. Delman Young. A little changeup right there.
Young trying to get it started for the Orioles here in the 6th inning. Yates worked an inning, had a walk and a strikeout, or a hit and a strikeout, and that pitch will be away. 1 ball, 2 strike count. We have seen Hannigan there, the catcher, telling Balfour follow through. Pitch got up. That's why they like Hannigan back there. It's almost like having another pitching coach. Get the pitch down. You see he goes, okay, that's all right, that's better. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count.
You really need that. And I think most teams love a catcher when they're actually a coach on the field to remind a pitcher in game, maybe possibly mechanics, about reaching out front, keeping that front shoulder tucked. See, time and time again.
In the air to center, not deep. Jennings. Young retired, 1 away, 6th inning.
There you go, and Hannigan will take credit for that, trying to get Balfour back on track, back in the zone.
That'll bring Hardy to the plate. Hardy's had an 0 for 5 off Balfour. JJ denied a walk, and he is flied out. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 6th. It's been a tough go for everyone. Pitchers have had a hard time getting outs, but the hitters, while they have stayed at the plate a long time, have had a hard time getting on. And a couple of key hits with 2 down. 1st inning, Longoria with a single. 5th inning, 2-out double. And then the single picked up by Caleb Joseph. 0-1 delivery on the way, foul back.
And the Orioles just have to get Longoria up there with nobody on base.
He will be due up in the next inning, 2nd. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Hardy, up high. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And he bounces it. So Balfour, a little trouble finding the release point here. Goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. And up, down, up, down. 2-2, 1 away.
So many pitchers, they try to change eye levels, but sometimes the pitches are so far out of the zone that they become non-competitive pitches.
That one in the middle is going to be a base hit. Hardy is on. Hardy gets the 1-out single here in the 6th inning. Orioles still looking for their first extra base hit, but they'll take this to get somebody on. Potential go-ahead run now at first base.
That's the key. Both teams want to get runners on, take their chances, moving them around.
And now Chris Davis coming up. Davis a 1 for 2 in the only times he has faced Balfour. He has struck out, drawn a walk in the ball game. shift on, stay at double play depth. Infielders talking to one another about who's got second base here. It'll be Escobar, the shortstop, coming from the wrong side of the bag. Pitch will be taken down low, 1-0.
Now they'll move Forsythe back a little bit. A little more communication.
Forsythe playing at third base. I think he's telling he's going to take the throw at second now, isn't he? Is that what he's saying?
No, he's going to be the pivot man from the right side of the infield.
Yep.
So he'll take all the feeds from Loney, Zobrist, and Escobar.
Now they're going to swap. So on the first pitch, he wasn't even in the play, Forsythe. On the second pitch, he moved closer. He would have been the one. And now for the next pitch, they want to have the shortstop, Escobar, coming from the angle he usually comes at if there's a play at second base. 2-0 count. Davis takes the pitch for a strike. 2-1. Saw Tom Foley, third base coach over there, directing the traffic for their infield as Bobby Dickerson does for the Orioles.
He's busy.
2-1 delivery on the way. Davis, shattered bat, goes to first. Loney, there's one who's going to cover first. Pitcher can't get it. It'll go off the facade though and stay out on the field. Belfort tried to get over there, did not get there in time. Throw was down the line on him anyway.
Yeah, really a tough play. If a shortstop sees the pitcher's late and tries to guide it over there, it was a little tentative. Nice play by Loney. Lefty so smooth, but here ball just sailing back up the line. Trying to time it with Balfour. Just didn't quite work.
So Davis will be on with the fielder's choice. Hardy out at second. Caleb Joseph, 2 RBIs in the fourth on a base hit. He's also lined out. Caleb was 1 for 20 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs before he picked up that 2-out, 2 RBI single in the fourth inning. 2 down, runner at first base, shift on against him, and he'll go for another one. Base hit. Joyce will hold Davis at second base. 2 for 3 for Caleb Joseph.
There you go. He's really been swinging the bat well last month and a half. Here the fastball misses his spot, rides up to that upper inner third. Joseph gets behind it, bat head to it, picks up a nice clean single there. Big night for Caleb. All over the place. A couple hits in the ball game, a couple RBIs, and 3 plays at the plate.
Jonathan Schoop, chance to give the Orioles the lead back here. Schoop struck out, fielder's choice. 6 hits for the Orioles in the dirt. Hannigan makes the stop on Belfour and wants to go out and talk to him.
A little cross up right there. Runner at second base. Hannigan went down to block it. Caught him in between.
Fans trying to rev it up here. 1-0 count. Runners off first and second. Scope's got to get a base hit into left field. Joyce up. Runners coming home. Here's the throw to Hannigan. Not even close. No arm for Joyce. And a 2-out single by Jonathan Schoop, and the Orioles are back on top 3-2.
Some clutch hitting from the bottom of the Orioles lineup here. Jonathan Schoop reaching out. We've seen him do this, the long arms to square this ball up. Now it is right at the left fielder, but Bobby Dickerson knows the arm strength. Chris Davis, well, he can run well for a big guy. Scores easily from second base.
37 RBIs for Schoop. Joseph will go over to third base, third and first. 2 down. The Orioles get the lead back with a run in. here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now Nick Markakis, a single, 1 for 3 in the game. Belfour's pitch to him will be taken for a strike. The battle goes on. Nick Markakis 2 for 12 off Belfour. Joseph a single. Scope a single. Orioles still do not have an extra base hit. 7 hits. Pitch on the way. Markakis in the air. It is deep to the warning track, or just shy of it, and Myers is there to put it away. But the Orioles will pick up the go-ahead run. They will do it on 3 hits, leaving 2 on base. Orioles up by 1. Presented by authority of the Orioles, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game, and that picture in particular, may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. I think that's illegal, but I'm not sure.
Jonathan Scope, the big base hit. Caleb Joseph's having a big night. There's behind the plate, a couple big hits, a couple RBIs. And Tommy Hunter now in the ball game. Take a look at his pitch arsenal, and he is a power pitcher. 76% fastballs. He can rush it up in the high 90s, and a hard slider. Now he'll drop an occasional curveball in there. Of course, one-time starter, so he has the full repertoire of pitches. 44 games this season, 3.61 earned run average, 34 punch-outs, 11 walks. Opponents hitting .250, lefties .253, righties .247. He's given up 4 home runs this season.
So Brad Brock with a chance to be the winning pitcher in this ball game, an inning and a third. 1 hit, a strikeout, 2 walks. Tommy Hunter on as we go to the 7th inning. Logan Forsythe will face him. Then Longoria and Myers. 0 for 2 and a walk in the ball game, and a chopper. Hardy. Mr. Quick Release gets the out. 1 away.
Well, he makes that play look so easy, and that's a veteran shortstop play. It's a chopper coming in. You see a lot of younger shortstops just run through that, off balance, try to just kind of lay it with the glove. J.J. Hardy closes the distance, breaks it down, fields it cleanly, and then just trusts his hands in his release. Perfect play, J.J. Hardy.
Evan Longoria, both RBIs for the Rays have come off his bat. Single in the first, double in the 5th. Tommy Hunter's pitch to him will miss away for a ball. Longoria just 2 for 15 off Tommy Hunter. Myers waiting on deck. Shift on against him in the infield. He was taking all the way, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Orioles 2 RBIs. Joseph 1 RBI. Jonathan Scope. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Orioles. 2 runs, 8 hits for the Rays. Longoria reaches and fouls it back. Pirates are beating the Cardinals tonight, but Andrew McCutchen had to come out of the ball game, slammed into the wall making a catch. Talked about rib discomfort. They cannot lose Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah, he was scuffling with some broken ribs.
Yep.
So maybe re-aggravated that.
1-2 delivery is going to be up high. 2-ball, 2-strike count. We'll turn the calendar page shortly, and when that happens, the scoreboard watching will begin in earnest, and it will be interesting and fun for baseball fans. 2-2 delivery, great pitch, came back in to get him.
That really is. And Tommy's got the power arm, but he can also move his pitches. Take a look at this two-seamer, 96 miles an hour, and it just darts in under the hands of Longoria. Get a take off in there, right in the zone. Wow. Beautiful pitch by Hunter.
So 2 down, nobody on. That will bring up Myers. 0 for 3 in the game. 1 for 7 in the 2 games. Davis, can you do it again, Chris? Oh, got him. Man, this defense, it's a highlight reel both last night and tonight for the Orioles. 7th inning stretch time. Orioles up by 1. Gosman's going to be on the mound in Game 3 against Drew Smiley. Coverage on MASN 2, 6:30 O's Extra, presented by Geico. Our game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Let's take a look at tomorrow's starters. Well, Drew Smiley came over in the big trade. David Price went on to Detroit. Well, he's pitched really well. There's his numbers on the season, but 1-1 with a 2.25 earned run average since coming over to the Rays. And he'll take on Kevin Gosman in search of his 8th win. There's a look at Kevin right there. He's had mixed success against the Rays this season. Picked up a win. Also had a loss in his 2 outings against the Rays.
Belfour stays on to work here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pierce a single, 9-game hit streak, 1 for 3. That's a career high in consecutive games with a hit for Steve Pierce. Breaks the mark that he had back in 2012. He's now had 13 hits in 38 at bats during the streak, 9 extra base hits, 5 RBIs. He's had a home run in 2 consecutive games for the 3rd time this season. That can result in a closer shave than hitters who were 0 for 12.
Oh yeah, Belfour gets ahead. He runs a fastball up and in. I don't know if he wanted to get that far away from him, but certainly sent a little message. But Steve Pierce, he stays right in there. And there it is. Fastball up and in. Pierce thinking, okay, he's probably going to come with a breaking ball. Sure enough, slider, keeps that front shoulder in there and puts an ace swing on it.
Joel Peralta. Joel to his friends. So Joe Peralta. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and Belfour will miss up high with that one. Pierce 0 for 2 against Belfour. Orioles would love to add here to this lead. 3-2 ball game. This is much more typical of the kind of games these teams have played this year than was last night, and the Orioles won at 9-1. 7 of 13 games have been decided by 2 or fewer runs this year between the Rays and the Orioles. Pierce 2-2 count. A couple of the real good skippers in baseball right there. Madden and Buck. That one's going to be down low. The full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pierce, Jones, and Cruz due up for the Orioles here in the 7th inning.
Nice catch, Andrew.
Well, this Rays pitching staff, this Rays team's actually been playing pretty well, but pitching staff are really good since the All-Star break. And the way they're pitching this Orioles lineup kind of is a testament to how dangerous 1 through 9 is. I mean, they're being very careful. I think in last night's ball game, you saw what the Orioles can do with mistakes. Odorizzi was missing his spots with his fastball, and they were just powdering him. Knocked him out of that ball game, and he was on a roll. Cobb certainly very careful lineup as well, an early exit. So this lineup very intimidating.
He got the walk. So Belfour surrenders the free pass, and the Orioles have the leadoff man on base. In our Major League Notebook, we've been taking a look at some of our favorite names of ball clubs at the minor league level. Certainly the Wichita Wingnuts have got to be right there on that list. They are an independent baseball league team. Known Wichita is as the air capital of the world. A lot of wingnuts are used in the construction of aircraft. Voila, we have the Wichita Wingnuts. I absolutely love the logo.
I do too. That's nice.
It is. It's great. Minor league teams do such a great job. They've got to sell their product, draw the attention of fans, and they certainly are a team that has done that in the independent league. Here's Adam Jones, rips it foul. Adams 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts, and he is popped out. Orioles getting the leadoff man on against Belfour. Now can they do anything with it? Jones 1 for 12 off this right-hander.
Right now Belfour's not hitting his spots, and he's had problems with some command issues this whole season. And that's really what's knocked him out of the closer role. And here we see Hannigan time and time again setting up away, and pitches are leaking back over.
Jones will take that one inside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Adam. Another visit to the mound. Hannigan on his way out. Rays coming in 11 games off the pace, trying to stay alive in that race for a wild card spot, but that's becoming ever more difficult in the American League, where the wild card race is starting to stretch out a little bit. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way. Jones fouls it back, and it'll be over the screen. Turned that one all the way around as he got out in front of it.
Yeah. There's another mistake. And a slider. Hannigan setting up down and away, and it was just spinning on the heart of the plate. Adam Jones hoping he gets another shot at that one.
Pierce at first base, 1 and 2. Runner not going. Jones will take it down low. Hannigan boxes it, and a 2 ball 2 strike count. Here's Steve Pierce being held by Loney, and a step out. Jones at the plate. Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and another 3-2 count. Loads of 3-2s in this game. Hickey on the phone to the bullpen, which has not been active here in this half inning. They've got Peralta ready, so he's just been standing out there watching. He'll loosen up a little bit more. So Peralta in a use him or lose him status right now in the bullpen. Pierce. 3-2. Runner goes into the hole. Base hit for Jones. With the runner going, he's going to go to third. Throw will come into second base to hold Jones, and the Orioles have the corners covered. 7th inning and nobody out.
Nice aggressive offensive call there from Buck Showalter, sending Pierce in motion on the 3-2 count. Adam Jones gets a pitch he can handle. Fastball staying in the middle of the plate. Gets Escobar leaning a little bit. Beats him through the 5-hole. See Pierce there. Ooh, dangerous. Hustling on into third base, but gets caught in between. Deciding whether or not he's going to stay up or slide.
So Belfour is going to come out of there responsible for the 2-on, and Peralta will come into a big situation here with nobody out and 2-on.
Used that fastball 37% of the time. Lost a lot of velocity, 87 to 90 miles an hour. Breaking ball 29% of the time. It's a curveball, and the changeup is a split finger variety. It's been 56 games, 4.01 earned run average. 4 losses on the season, 51 2/3 innings. 60 strikeouts though, so still has the ability to come up with a big K. 14 walks, opponents hitting .228, but he has given up the 9 home runs. That's tied for first in relievers in the league, so mistakes get hit hard.
Orioles have touched him up this season. He's 0-1 against the Orioles. 7th game he's appeared in. He's given up 4 runs, 7 hits, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. The Orioles average against Peralta this year is .368. And Cruz will come to the plate, 1st and 3rd, nobody out. The Orioles with a chance to maybe blow this open. Cruz against Peralta, 2 for 8 with a homer. Infield, shift is on, and they're in. With nobody out, they don't want to let that run score. You're in a 3-2 game. And foul back by Cruz. Now, this is a tough defensive alignment. Try and get an out on. Lots of room for Cruz to put a ball through. Right side entirely open, and with the infield drawn in on the left, any ball hit hard is going to get probably to the outfield.
Now, we have seen Nelson Cruz go to right field in these type of situations. I'm surprised they're not keeping Zobrist over on the second base side. I think they're counting on the fact that Peralta is going to probably throw a lot of off-speed pitches, typically that split finger when he gets ahead.
In the air to right center field, hit hard. Jennings going back near the warning track, near the wall. And he makes the catch. No, it dropped, and a run will score. Almost post. Jennings couldn't get it. Cruz gets a double and an RBI, and the Orioles get a 4-2 lead.
Jennings had to go a long way. Pretty good effort from Nelson Cruz. Beautiful job here. Stays on the breaking ball, backs it up, and he must have been thinking about going the other way. He gets behind it and drives it into the gap. Jennings chasing it down. Adam Jones was turning on the burners, thinking about scoring from first. It's held up at third. Big double for Nelson Cruz.
So Nelson Cruz comes through again. RBI number 88. Infield drawn in. 2 in scoring position. Young will take the pitch outside for a ball. And the Orioles have 4 runs on 9 hits, and they get an extra base hit. Cruz delivers the RBI double. That'll bring Young with a chance here. A base hit, can score 2. He has walked, scored, struck out, flied out. And Young down to third. Make sure the runner stays. Forsythe makes the play. Young is retired. 1 out. And that'll bring J.J. Hardy up. Hardy a single, a walk, and he's flied out. It's the Orioles' big chance to extend that lead here in the 7th inning. Hardy 2 for 10, lifetime off Peralta. Infield in very tight. Jones at third, good speed. Peralta's delivery, and it's there for a strike.
Well, another situation where you have to be aware on the bases. Peralta, that split finger, he loves to go to it. Eventually bounce away. Hannigan's done a nice job blocking some balls behind the plate.
A lot of chances tonight. 3 for 12. And 2 in scoring position here. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be grounded to third. Runner stays. Forsythe almost pulls Loney off the bag, but he gets the ball in the bag and the out. There are a couple of big outs. It'll bring Hickey out with Davis coming up. There are 2 down. Davis has hit Peralta 4 for 13 with a home run. A discussion here of runners at second and third and 2 down.
Yeah, trying to get a good feel from Peralta. You want to face Chris Davis? Feel like you got enough stuff. You got an open base. You can either try to pitch to him, or he starts to chase. Go ahead and try to attack, but if he takes, put him on first base and take your chances with Caleb Joseph. Because Caleb Joseph has been red hot.
So 2 ground ball outs to third with runners at second and third. The shift will be put on against Davis. And Adam Jones talking to Bobby Dickerson about the big lead he's going to be able to get over there at third base. As Forsythe is way off the bag. And Davis on the off speed delivery. Strike 1.
A lot of times the righties, their split finger much more effective against the lefties. You see that good down and away fade action Peralta got on it. I'd be surprised if it continues to go to that. Maybe expand the plate a little bit more.
Cruz the big hit here in the inning for the RBI. He's at second base. Here's the 0-1. Davis the other way and misses.
Pretty good try right there by Chris Davis. Another nasty split finger. Stay on it, shoot it to left field. You saw Jim Presley right there. Was that a split? J.J. Hardy said, oh yeah, it was. Nasty split. Just off the end of the bat. Oh, a spinner.
Well, the 0-2 count. Run in here in the 7th inning. It was the walk to Pierce that started it. Charge to Belfour. Peralta now with the 0-2. See if he throws a strike. Nope. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Davis.
I don't know that he's going to throw anything on the plate now. It's all going to be about expanding the zone, see if he can get Chris Davis to chase above the strike zone there to try to change the eye level. So first 2 pitches, pretty good split fingers down and away.
1-2 delivery on the way. Chris will ground that one into the shift. And the play made by Escobar, the shortstop, and that'll do it. But the Orioles do add a run. They do it on a couple of hits. They'll leave 2 in scoring position. 7 complete. Orioles up by 2. Stayed in MLB history for the Orioles. 1966, Vic Rosnovsky and Boog Powell. Talk about back-to-back home runs. They hit back-to-back pinch hit home runs. Only the 3rd time in Major League history it had ever happened. They did it against the Red Sox. Eventually the Orioles won it in 12, 3-2. And in 1973, Paul Blair, an inside the park grand slam home run. It occurred when Amos Otis and Steve Hovley collided, chasing down a ball that was hit in the gap. Orioles in that game at a 10-1 win, and Blair got the grand slam in the yard. David Lowe will play left field now. Young is out.
And now Andrew Miller comes in the ball game, looking to get to this back end of the bullpen. He has been a force since he arrived here in Baltimore. 59% fastballs. It's a power fastball, crossbody delivery, and a hard slider 41% of the time. 3-5 record, 2.13 earned run average, 81 punch outs this season for Miller. Opponents hitting just 159. Look at the splits. Lefties 152, the righties just 165.
And Yanel Escobar will lead it off here. Escobar's had an 0 for 3, a couple of ground ball outs, and he's lined out. Top of the 8th inning, the Orioles lead it 4-2. Belfour ends up being charged with a couple of runs, 4 hits in the inning plus that he worked, and becomes the pitcher of record. Miller, since joining the Orioles, this will be game number 10. He's had a 1.08 ERA with the Orioles in the previous 9 games. 0-2 count.
Oh, he's nasty, and he has been nasty, and I just think he's going to get better and better. He made the transition when he went over to Boston, start pitching out of the bullpen. He came up or was signed as a starter, had his time in the major leagues, some opportunities to start. Just could never really harness the command. Well, he found his way in the bullpen, and he's just gotten more and more consistent, more repeated throwing efforts, and he is on his game.
Orioles maybe with a chance to extend their lead back up to 7, with the Yankees losing to the Tigers 5-1 late tonight. Showalter's Ball Club trying to get back to 20 over 500. Victory tonight would be their 75th. Off the fist down the first base side and foul. So Escobar holding the count at a ball and 2 strikes. 291 hitter off left-handers. By far the better average side for him.
You saw that fastball get in on him. Escobar taking a walk around, and sometimes when hitters get jammed like Escobar just did, end up kind of limping a little bit. That one got him good.
Fights off another one, keeps it at a ball and 2 strikes. Escobar's been piling up the singles when he's been getting hits of late. 27 of the last 28 hits he's had have been base hits. 1-2 delivery, and that's fouled off.
Fighting off some tough pitches here. Miller was able to bury the slider early. That one kind of stayed on the plate, but still tough pitch to get the bat head to. Some late bite in the end. Just get it inside a little bit more. You'll see a swing over.
Escobar 2 for 11 lifetime off Miller, and the floater outside he won't go after. 2 ball 2 strike count here in the 8th inning. Rays trying to get that potential tying run to the plate. Escobar, Loney, and then Hannigan due up. Miller with a 2-2. And again won't go after. Hey.
Yeah, losing that slider last 2 pitches. Go a little too early. Caleb Joseph wants it down and in. Just can't quite get it there.
3-2. This is the leadoff batter. 3-2 delivery to him, and Miller wins.
There you go. Don't give up on it. Caleb Joseph says, here, throw it again. We're going to make you throw it for a strike. And sure enough, he gets it right this time. Beautiful slider on the 3-2 count, down and in. That's where he wanted it the last 2. Finally gets a spot and the big strikeout.
So Escobar with the 0 for 4. Loney coming up. A single is grounded out and walked. Loney's had some numbers off Miller. 4 for 9 with a home run. Pitch will be outside for a ball. So lefty against lefty in this case has been in Loney's favor, even though in the year against lefties 255 and about 40 points higher against right-handers. 1-0 delivery. 2-0.
You know what Loney does so well, like a lot of really good left-handed hitters do, they keep that front side in, and Loney, not like Markakis, has the ability to use the whole field. And if you're going to have success off a pitcher like Miller, left on left, you got to keep the front side in and trust that you can drive the ball the other way, because it's going to be tough to get the head out and pull. Such a tough way to pick up on the cross-body delivery and the long arms. You trust the hands and the ability to back the ball up on the plate.
2-1 delivery on the way and inside, and a 3 ball 1 strike count on Loney. One more pitch, we'll have a 3-2.
See the pitch track kind of all over the place. Trying to command a little bit as well.
We have had 17 3-2 counts in this game. 3 ball 1 strike delivery here. That's going to go into right field. Markakis coming. He's got it. Line drive. Markakis makes the nice play, and there are 2 down.
Boy, that is a nice play. That is a tougher play than it looks. It's a line drive right at Markakis. Kind of dropping down, somehow trying to get himself in a good position. Great concentration, though, from Markakis. Only way to make the play, sliding on both knees. Miller loves it.
So 2 down here in the 8th. Hannigan up, returning from the DL, getting out of the 0 for 16 he had with a base hit in the 6th inning. Single, walk, and a fielder's choice for the Rays catcher in the ball game. O'Day in the bullpen for the Orioles. 1-0 delivery. And that is in there for a strike.
Quite a luxury the Orioles have. Back into their bullpen with Miller, the incredible numbers off both lefties and righties. Darren O'Day has solved the lefty mystery, so he has great numbers against lefties and righties, and Zach Britton as well.
Hardy. That's the way it's done. Miller, as he's done so often, comes on, retires the side in order. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's the Orioles 4 and the Rays 2. #1 leader on this ball club. Speaking out after the 3 losses at Wrigley Field, this is worth repeating in our notebook. It's 3 games. Hip hip hooray, not the end of the world. People around here thinking it's the end of the world because we lose 3 games. The strength of this team is the ability to forget. Something happens, move on. And that's exactly what the Orioles did last night with a 9-1 win, and now they got a chance to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, well, Adam Jones and Buck Showalter really, that's what they believe in, and that's the way professionals are supposed to carry themselves. You cannot dwell on a bad game or 2 or even 3. You have to be a pro, go out there and play the game you've been playing for the last 3 years, which is winning baseball. You trust your teammates and you move on.
Joel Peralta will stay out to work. Coming on to get the 3 outs in the 7th inning. And here is Caleb Joseph. Another big ball game for the Oriole catcher. 2 singles, 2 RBIs, 2 for 3 in the game. Infield moves into the shift against him as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the breaking ball will be outside. Right now, Belfort, pitcher of record, 2 runs, 4 hits, and an inning plus on the losing side. Brad Brock for the Orioles on the winning side, 1 on the 3rd. A hit, a strikeout, 2 walks. Peralta with a 1-0 delivery to him in the air to center. Jennings. Joseph retired. It is a save situation, so the Oriole closer Zach Britton will get up to throw. Britton came on and worked an inning just to get his work in last night, retiring 3 he faced. Jonathan Scope, RBI base hit, fielder's choice, and he is struck out. 3 of the 4 RBIs coming from the bottom of the order. 2 for Joseph, 1 for Scope, 1 for Cruz. And a 1-0 count. Game 3 tomorrow night. Orioles with Kevin Gausman going against Drew Smiley. 6:30 O's extra, 7 o'clock for the ball game. Peralta's pitch fouled outside of third base. Detroit still leading the Yankees by 3 in the 8th. Can the Orioles win a ball game without hitting a home run? Haven't been a lot of them this year.
No, really haven't. Their record not very good when they don't hit home runs.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Scope. Peralta's pitch down low.
Take a look. Fewest wins when failing to hit a home run this season. Houston Astros 11-42 when they don't hit the long ball. Baltimore Orioles 11-28. The Rockies are 11-28. Now both of those teams, I mean, that's not really many games, 39 games that they've played without hitting a home run. Are you kidding me? Well, the Orioles 168 home runs this season. So chances are they're going to hit the long ball, give themselves a better chance for a win.
Orioles continue on top, in fact extend their major league lead in home runs. Last night when you pile them up the way they did, 5 of them, you really take a jump on everybody else. Colorado is second with 150 homers, and the Orioles have 168. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Scope with 1 down and nobody on. Peralta's delivery to him will be fouled off the end, and it will stay at 2-2. Tampa Bay has gone 11-12 so far this month. The Orioles are after their 15th win in August. They are 14-8 so far this month. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scope with Markakis on deck. Third base. Forsythe. He's gone. 2 down. One of the strange numbers for Tampa Bay on the road. This Tampa Bay team is 35-31. They are the only team in baseball with a winning record on the road and a losing record overall. They are 3 games below 500 right now overall, and the 4 games above 500 at the moment on the road.
Yeah, they've actually been playing incredibly well since the end of June.
Yep.
21-7 on the road. It's pretty amazing.
At home, though, they're 29-36. Nick Markakis, 2 down, nobody on. Nick a base hit, and the pitch in there for a strike. He's 1 for 4. Oh, 1 on Markakis. Ooh. Hannigan had that catching. Came bouncing out of there from behind the plate. 0-2 count.
Markakis saw the split finger pretty well. Got a little too big. Ended up getting it out in front off the end of the bat. Yeah, the Orioles have had a real solid month of August. The dog days of August always a test on teams. I think a lot of things happen in their favor, though. The Orioles' rotation and their bullpen have been solid in so many ways. Your pitching comes together, that can carry you through some lean times. Well, the Orioles' offense has been pretty productive as well. So good things happening all around for the team. There's a nice feel and confidence, and I think heading into September.
Oh, what a diving catch made by Loney. And Markakis is retired. Hit it hard, but Loney makes the nice play. Chance for a save. Zach Britton coming up. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. And by Coons. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. Back here at Camden Yards, the Orioles leading at 4-2, out hitting the Rays 9-8. Flaherty defensive replacement in at third base for Chris Davis.
Zach Britton now in the ball game. Premier closer right now in the game. 27 saves, 5th in the American League after a late start, falling into that closing role. And you see the fastball dominance, 92%. And it is a power fastball, 94, 95 miles an hour with incredible late movement. 2.01 earned run average. And you see the numbers. Opponents hitting just 178. Lefties just 159. The righties not much better at 191.
Brandon Guyer is going to be the pinch hitter for Joyce in the number 9 spot. Joyce had only one at bat and drew a walk. Guyer 325 off lefties. 98 points higher than against right-handers. Flaherty will play in at third base. And Guyer will take the pitch for a strike as we begin the 9th inning. And the Orioles trying to put away 2 in a row against Tampa Bay, improve their mark to 10-4 if they can get it on the year against the Rays. Guyer's got a 2 for 5 with a home run off Zach Britton. 1-1.
This Orioles bullpen a great job coming in the middle of the ball game after Wei Chen out with pretty much an early exit, or something that he hasn't been used to here recently. He's gotten deep into a lot of ball games. The bullpen once again.
That's right into the shift. Jonathan Scope was playing over there, getting
great positioning. A little slip from Scope, but once again showing off that strong arm. Bobby Dickerson has seen a lot of well-positioned Orioles on the infield here in these first 2 games against the Rays.
1 down, top of the order. Desmond Jennings coming up. Couple of hits, 2 for 4 in the ball game. Zach Britton coming in, ranked 10th in the American League reliever ERA of 2.01. Shift on in the infield. Jennings will take the pitch. It'll be a ball. Jennings with a 1 for 6 lifetime off Zach Britton. Brock went an inning and a third, no runs, 1 hit, a strikeout, 2 walks. Couldn't get the win. If he does, he's going to be 5-0. Belfour would take the loss. He'd be 1-6. But the Orioles have to put this ball game away before any of that gets into the record books. 1-1.
We saw that defensive alignment with Britton on the mound. Once again, Jonathan Scope slid up the middle, but Ryan Flaherty in tight. And it's not because Jennings is going to bunt. It's because there are so many top balls to third base off Zach Britton. And he's actually, there's a save that was blown against Milwaukee on one of those top balls. So Bobby Dickerson brings the third baseman in a little bit just to take that away. There aren't many balls that a right-handed hitter can square up. The Zach Britton fastball, it is just too firm and too much late movement.
1-2 delivery on the way, and that'll miss. For Zach Britton this season, this is game number 8 that he has pitched against Tampa Bay. He's gone 3 for 3 in saves, 9 innings. He's not allowed a run to the Rays on 3 hits, a couple of walks, and 8 strikeouts. 1 down here in the 9th, 2 ball, 2 strike count. Got him.
Oh, a great pitch there. And we really kind of set him up. Opened up that inside corner. You see the pitch track, couple pitches away. And here dotting, 95-mile-an-hour fastball right on the inside corner. A little late movement at the end, bringing it in. Caleb Joseph catching it nicely, gets the call.
2 down, 9th inning. Ben Zobrist, 2 runs scored. Once when he doubled, once when he walked. 1 for 3 in the game. Britton looking to wrap it up. Zobrist will take it for a strike. Zobrist with a 3 for 12 lifetime off Britton. 0-1 delivery by Zach. Ground ball down to third. Played by Flaherty. Ball game over. And the Orioles come away with a win. So Zach Britton retires all three faced here in the ninth inning. And the Orioles come away with a 4-2 win. 4-9-0 for the Orioles. 2-8-1 for the Rays. First 2 of 4 in this series go to the Orioles, and they have their 75th win. 4-2 the final.